Welcome back, Space Marines, to the finale of our Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate Daemonhunters campaign. Jamie Law already in chat saying, hey, can't wait to get this underway. We got a taste of the final confrontation yesterday, and we're smacked down. We failed the Supreme Grandmaster on the steps, battling Mortarion, and I'll be honest, there was room to improve both in terms of our squad composition and in terms of our tactics. So we are here today to remedy that issue, bring glory back to the Grey Knights. We're going to talk squad composition real quick here at the beginning. If you're watching this as a VOD after the fact, you can check for the timestamps to be able to jump right into battle if you so choose. We have two squads here. We're able to send 8 knights to assist the Supreme Grandmaster. We have what's called the Vanguard. These guys have to fight Mortarion himself and help the Supreme Grandmaster to be able to use the Titan Sword and sever all of the bloom stems. They also have to then fight anybody who gets past Squad 2. Squad 2 is just running damage control. They need to cull the herd of the legion that is being summoned in to assist their Lord and Master, Mortarion. So these guys, the enemies fight extremely differently against this squad. They focus on entering this warp portal that will take them into the other battlefield, and they just throw up a lot of Overwatch and area of effect abilities. It means that moving around is very hard, which is why we are focusing on characters who are able to do range attacks, and then we also have the Librarian who is able to teleport and thwart a lot of the Overwatch mechanics. But let's go through this piece by piece. We have Chaplain. Palamedes is quickly become my favorite unit in the entire game. 8 passive armor. It's impossible to stop this. He goes one-on-one against Mortarion, and he wins. He wins because he's using Hammer of the Righteous. He's got, mostly it's on the passive armor. He does a lot of damage out of this weapon as well. And then the kicker on top of all of that is that he has Atonement for Guidance, increasing critical chance for all knights range attacks by 35%. More on that when we get to Boars, the Justicar, in a second. The Interceptor, just a good piece. He's the all-rounder. He's able to teleport to be able to keep up with the Supreme Grandmaster. He has a splash of everything: stun, heal, increased crit damage, supporting fire. He can be anywhere I need him on the battlefield, and the battlefield in this zone is very open. So we are playing Interceptor here. Apothecary for the support, you just kind of have to. What's the building game plan, Golden Crispy? We're breaking it down now. I think we have made the improvements we need to be able to succeed. Our Apothecary, I feel like you need support because this battle is so drawn out. So we've got a lot of ammunition on the med skulls, a well of willpower for him to be able to dole out battlefield medicine. He's there as support. I don't want him to see too much battle. The Justicar anchors this whole team because, look at this. Plus 60% crit. This is prior to the Atonement for Guidance coming out of the Chaplain. He hits a 95% crit chance out of Apostate's Woe, and this extremely unique Stormbolter has precision targeting, meaning that he can get the melee crit selector to be able to, say, shoot off enemies' guns, hit their weak points, whatever, 95% of the time. He's also rocking Rod of the Ancients, which is going to guarantee that he activates for free his Aegeus armor, meaning that he should never take damage himself. And then we're increasing his critical damage by 4 here with the enhanced auto senses tier 3. That's the Vanguard. This is the A team who can kill Mortarion. This is the B team. The B team anchored by the Librarian. He has all the support you could ever want, 18 willpower. He's able to dish out extra stuns. He's able to teleport around the battlefield. He's able to activate Vortex of Doom to do AoE damage. We love him. His basic attacks out of his Stormbolter inflict Crazed to try and get the enemies fighting each other when they're all in a group. Purgator and Purifier. The Purgator here is rocking extra support, and he has Armor Break on his main weapon. So even if enemies get past us, they should be weakened significantly. Purifier has Hobbled, that will slow enemies down as they are rushing into the warp gate, and he's bringing some grenades to be able to knock them off the map effectively. You can get chain kills with the frag grenade. Excellent stuff happens. Also, have you guys noticed this? They released a revert patch They were like, oh, we made the game harder by reducing how easy it is to stun. They reverted the changes. So we're back to +3 stun on this grenade, which is, oh, thank you. It's one of the best grenades in the game. They made it terrible. They made it better. Who knows where they're going to land tomorrow. But for now, this fight's going to be easier than yesterday. And then we have our Apothecary, heavy armor. He has Vindication and Glory, +4 damage versus organic enemies, and there's a lot of them. So we want him to be able to get into melee and just crunch him up with the Narwhal horn. And then not too much else on him, a bit of support pieces. Let us begin.
Cadex, my little spider. What flies have you lured onto our web? I serve only to please, Master. But you said I could have her. Know your place, worm. You failed to silence her spirit, and so she has served a fleeting morsel. But I am yet far from satisfied. If it isn't the Heart Carver and his gleaming knights.
Mortarion. I should have guessed you would be at the root of all this.
Who else could nurture such genius? I carved the raw material for the very first seeds from the corpses of your fallen brethren, hunted and run down like the cowards they are. That Eldari cesspit was a nursery a millennia in the making. These roots I tended from saplings until they could gorge on the billions of souls my reapers have claimed. And now, here at last, Drago, your sacred blood will fertilize the true harvest. The grandfather rejoice! My little garden will finally bear its most luscious fruit. The Morbus is at hand!
I know that we got to see the cutscene yesterday, but the Mortarion reveal is so incredible we had to roll through it one more time. Now, normally, I'm not a fan of the big bad villain being revealed in just the final act. I feel like that's been a shortcoming of some of the Marvel and Star Wars TV shows that have come up recently, but in this case, I think they pulled it off. I think they pulled it off pretty darn well. Let's rock on in. We fight with you, Supreme Grandmaster. The verses of scorn have been recited.
Your command.
Our armor has been purified. Our bullets sanctified. We will show this beast the will of the Emperor. To be able to open up here, we want to run Palamedes forward. We want to immediately begin the Atonement for Guidance. This is going to give everybody the plus 35% crit chance on their range attacks, which the Justicar is really heavily leaning into. We want to advance. Do we get shots on Mortarion right away? He has a couple things that I would like to disable immediately. So we're going to run the Justicar forward. Open up the range attack. He has a special armor piece that means he does not take reduced damage from firing at long range. Time to lay down the holy smackdown. For the Emperor. Alright, we missed the crit there because Mortarion has... it's harder to be able to crit Mortarion. He takes 50% off of our crit chance. But I think that we still go for a second round. We didn't get the crit. I would like to be able to hit him. He has little bomb layers that he sends out that I would have liked to be able to disable. We could guarantee it if we throw a hammer hand, but I would also like to be able to work on the little puny minions here. Let's pull the apothecary up. And then we can get a little poke damage. Supporting fire coming in again. This is why the Interceptor is so good and an integral part of the squad.
Unleash me. Yes, Commander.
Chaplain, you have one more attack for me. You can help finish this guy off. We want to clear out all the minions. The biggest tactical error that I think that we made on the previous run was allowing the minions to get out of hand. We tunnel vision too much on clearing out the roots, and that punished us. Because then we had to fight overwhelming numbers of enemies and we just were not able to deal with them. But fighting Mortarion round after round is, I hate to say it, with him right in the room, it's not too bad. He is not so dangerous that you can't afford to spend the extra rounds to clear out his minions. His minions' armies, if they stack up, are more dangerous than he is. We're going to try and weaken them here. Excellent. I'll be able to break off the melee weapon. It basically neuters this man in melee combat. Now, the Supreme Grandmaster, acting last. What is your greatest opportunity to help here? We'll move up.
Understood.
Excellent thing about Drago is that he has +1 stun on his range attack. Only his range attack. I thought it was on his melee as well, but before I misspoke, glad I was able to correct myself. So you can find some sneaky stuns if you go in with the range. We will advance.
Understood.
Usually Mortarion syncs up with the bloom stem directly behind his throne initially. There's his connection. And now he'll make his attack run.
Mortarion has channeled the power of a bloom strain directly. If we weaken him, I may have a hope of severing its root.
Alright, I had to watch his animations at normal speed once, but we'll keep things rolling with the fast speed from here on out. He seems to be retreating behind his throne like the coward that he is. Oh, there they are. He spawned out the little bombers. No, suppressed. You fool, you have tried to suppress a teleporter. Okay. These little guys we would like to deal with as soon as we can. So we have a couple actions here that we know we want to take. The Interceptor needs to teleport out of suppression and then finish this enemy. The teleportation is so powerful, it just gets you around everything the enemy wants to do. The crit gives us the bonus damage to kill there, which is excellent. Chaplain, please. Ah, no, you're too far out. So we need to advance the Chaplain, but we also want to eliminate these guys, and they explode in enormous radiuses. So I think we actually Infinity Gate behind Mortarion.
Agreed.
Yes. Infinity Gate behind Mortarion. Who is able to kill them in one hit? Is it only the Justicar? The Justicar will be able to. So we'll put this shot, pop the bomb. It lays out an area of effect for this turn, so we're going to need to avoid this.
I am here to serve.
We probably put the Apothecary potentially up on this wall. That's a good spot for him. He gains some elevation. He gets out of the radius of the bomb. And he's able to fire in on Mortarion himself this round. And now we might want to run Palamedes, our champion, past this other bomb thrower before we destroy it. I think that is the play. Palamedes. I love that they say their name when you click on them. At first, I didn't understand what they were doing, but now I've come around to be fully a fan of the voice acting decisions. So we'll run him on up. And that's why you don't have total freedom in terms of naming your knights, because they actually recorded voice lines for them saying all their different names, which as a voice actor, I can only imagine how frustrating that was. You just get a list of every single name in the game, and you're like, introduce yourself by saying this name in your knight voice. Okay. We're going to have a scene in the game where they do roll call? No, we just think it'd be cool for you to say it. Okay. Drago. Let's wear him out a little. We have to reduce 50 health off of Mortarion to be able to then move and sever the Bloom Seed. Oh, we got Plagued. Okay, we want to cleanse Plagued off Drago as soon as we can here. He's taking a little bit of damage here. That'll be fine. Our Apothecary is packing plenty of support for just such an occasion. The whole model for Mortarion is so good. Looking at his cape with the chains and the skulls. Oh, I love it. He attacked, but he didn't even hit. Is Mortarion an actual model that you can play on the tabletop? Or is he only in the lore? Yes, I know that you can get legendary lords in tabletop, but usually, I guess the other question is he competitive? Because oftentimes the real legendary stuff is just worth too many points to be viable on tabletop. We get the healing. That cleanses off his Plagued. And now we send in Palamedes first, because Palamedes has a small chance, but a chance, of inflicting vulnerability. If we can inflict vulnerability, then we get to stack on a lot of damage from all of our other attacks. He can be played in game. Oh, that's incredible. I might have to find a Mortarion model now and paint it up. Does anybody... What is... Now I'm scared to ask. Does anybody know how expensive he is to find? Games Workshop models are so expensive. It's like, hey guys, playing this, like purchasing this entire video game is cheaper than probably just buying the physical model of Mortarion alone. Let's break off his ranged weapon. That is the exact model. The least I remember it, and I think he fight against Guilliman. I might have to see if I can find myself a Mortarion model. I think it would be pretty fun. Let's see. He's too far out for the Justicar to be able to help out right now. The Justicar is actually really cut off with this flame position. Makes me a little sad. But we can come around to be able to assist the Interceptor. So we'll run up here to be able to lend a crit. It costs a soul and a half. One Interceptor soul, and you may receive... Or one Inquisitor soul, and you may receive this plastic model unpainted. Enjoy. Drago is the last to act here. We are almost to the point where we're able to knock him over. So this is where... Oh no, his range attack was disabled. I was like, this is where we get cheeky, and we use the range attack with double stun. Instead, this is where we use the Apothecary to chip in some damage. How's the start going, Wolfman? I'm feeling much better about our tactics and our squad composition. We'll see how it holds out, you know, by round 3 or 4. That's where things really started wearing us down, but so far so good. Enhanced crit vulnerability. Drago. Make this attack. And then we want to bust up his Lantern Strike. The fewer attacks we give him, the better Palamedes does in one-on-one. Oh, it's only 160? Incredible. In the scale of all Warhammer models, that's not the worst, I suppose. Let's see. I would like to be able to get right up against him, but if I teleport, I'll just eat some damage. Do I psychic support here? I think all we do is armor up. Especially if Mortarion chooses to attack Drago instead of Palamedes here. Yeah, he got the AoE, so I'm kind of glad that we armored up. We did get hobbled. Oh no. Wait. Affliction resisted. So was he silenced or not? It said silenced, and then it said affliction resisted. If he's silenced, that actually turns off his litany. Yeah, the litany's disabled. Okay, so we are down 35% crit chance, but that's okay. Right now, we just need to focus down the chaos spawn. To be fair, his model is beautiful. I believe it's beautiful. I mean, I want one as just like a display piece on my mantle after running this campaign. Use the apothecary, keeping him at range, just chipping in the stun counter here. What is people's opinion on the coolest physical Warhammer model?
Weapon rearmed.
I feel like... what am I going to say? I think the coolest one is now. They have some really amazing ones out there. Let's run the Interceptor up here to be able to gain his supporting fire. And then we need to reload to make sure that is up. The Warlord Titan. I was going to say it has to be one of the Titans. The mech knights are just so cool. The Justicar is still sad that there's all this fire in his way from shooting. He's still very sad. He can run up to the base of the throne though and lend a crit, perhaps. The stuff you 3D print yourself. Yes. Speaking of, do I have them here? Oh man, I gotta show. I have a friend with a 3D printer and he made me, I'm gonna have to watch on stream to see if it shows up. And it's like transparent. But I have Orc Boy vampire killers as custom models. And I'm just waiting to paint those up. They're called Night Wakas. And I love them. I have 2. These days I 3D print models. I love AdMech models personally. Nice, nice. Yeah, there's so many good services for being able to find models. And they've made the 3D printers so much more accessible than before.
Yes, Commander.
It's crazy how quickly the 3D printing community and tech is moving forward. Because when I was in college just a few years ago, it was like, oh, the big deal. You can use the 3D printer lab and you can print a prototype of your design. And you're like, this is the coolest thing that has ever been and ever will be. And now you look at what people are able to do just out of their own homes without even any of the school resources. Hobbled and immobilized. Hobbled and immobilized. Can you do nothing for me? Here we go.
Confirmed.
Watching this, I wonder if it would be overkill to have Inquisitor Acolytes in a Dark Heresy 2e campaign fight against a Primarch. It could be. Alright, a little scuffed. We did things out of order. We needed one more attack here to be able to drop him. Daga Boys asks, should I 3D print? I mean, it depends on if you want to invest in one of the printers. But if you find a service that you like and a printer you like, you can do some awesome stuff. I really want to be able to disable these bombs. We've not gotten as many crits against Mortarion as I'm usually able to grab. So now we have to phase 2 of the bomb boys. And they're out of range for the apothecary. Okay. We bring the apothecary up
Taking position.
to be able to shoot at them. We have Palamedes. Make 2 attacks here. He needs to make one more attack. Drago will finish him off. And then we move away and start killing the bomb guys.
Yes.
We need to clear space for the bombs. You're still... Why is everything disabled? What happened to you, Drago? disabled, ranged, and silenced. Okay, but you can now move and attack. So this is the inverse of what happened to us last round. We get this attack. Coolest models. Beast Snaga HQs are handsome. Yeah, I mean, the people with, like, the 3D printing has just gone off the chain. There's some incredible stuff. Okay, so we run over here. Tactical retreat out of the bomb radius. Now Palamedes needs to get out of bomb radius. Do you actually do it, my man? Okay, it's just at the foot of the steps. If we run here, I hope that we're out. Now, the boars here. I love he's named boars. It's kind of endeared himself to me. I think of him as like a quiet Russian man, just over here dishing out more damage than the rest of the team combined with guaranteed crits. 3D printing is absolutely a fun time as long as you pay the initial cost. You suggest a Prussia Mini. Yeah, I've never been able to set myself up with a 3D printer, but I've got a couple friends who have them and have been able to reap the rewards. It's kind of like, you know, it's better to have a friend with a boat than you have a boat. I almost feel like that in terms of 3D printers, but I could see myself actually getting a personal 3D printer. Let's reposition the interceptor a little bit. We want to get everybody in place for severing the route and then switching over to the other team. So now the apothecary comes back as well. We know enemies are going to be coming through the warp charge. I understand that the B team is not going to be able to finish off all the enemies. So we're going to have to fight them in here. We just need to be prepared for that. Your little brother has a 3D printer and it's always running. That'd be sick. Always cool things to build. They have a Hellbrute? What now? Have they always gotten a Hellbrute right here? I feel like last time I did not have to face such a monstrous enemy.
I smell your warded souls.
Marcus, hello again. This time we can do it. We believe. We've got believers in chat. Send me your energy. We will triumph over Nurgle. Wolfman is always running his 3D printer as well. I mean, to be able to make some of the bigger models and projects, you have to do multiple pieces. It takes time. It takes time to be able to get everything out there. Nobody over here. There's a set of spawn positions. You have this wing right up here, dead ahead, off on the flank, and then the far flank. There's a lot of guys over here. I'd like to be able to get a grenade to gain some early kills.
Unleash me.
This Purgator does not have them, but this Purifier does. This Purifier, with 2 AP, do you get far enough? It actually might. Okay.
As ordered.
We got to use the terrain to our advantage, chat. Frag grenade. And say goodbye to 3 Death Guard.
For Titan.
Increase stun or crit onto the chapter. Teleport equals kill everything. Yes. The increased stun, especially Golden Crispy, because they have reverted the initial patch where they nerfed some of the stun mechanics. And now they've brought them back. They heard the outcry of all the fans. Maybe they watched the stream yesterday and they were like, this guy's having a hard time. We need to make it a little easier on him. The devs have taken pity. I would like to be able to rush forward and get the apothecary into melee because he does so much bonus damage with against organic targets specifically. Are you actually in range to start hitting anything? No. Okay. I would also like to be able to disable the Hellbrute as soon as I can. And that could be done with an Astral Aim crit. Maybe we do something like so. That gives us good cover. By the cutscene, I thought it came at the ending. What was that? They've done a pretty great job of giving us... Let's go crazed. I would love him to be attacking all of his friends. Usually sandwich all the big story moments with cutscenes. There we go. We got the crazed. And we got an action point back for scoring a crit. I don't know who I want to hit with it, though. Let's just go for the armor break on this big boy. If we can knock him down, we can get the execute. If he plays like the plague drones and tries to actually attack our guys, we would like to be able to finish him out. Let's inflict some crazed. Our librarian has very high focus, and so his chance of inflicting crazed is quite good. Let's see. 80% chance for crazed 1 turn. So we'll spread the love here. We get it on both enemies. It's not a guarantee that they will actually use it, but we did get it to apply. Now, who do we want to mess with? Probably swing to the side. All these organic targets are juicy targets for the apothecary. With a little narwhal horn weapon. Do we get a zoom in on it? Yeah, we get a crit. I love this. Go for the armor pierce or the... Nah, let's just cut his gun off. If he runs away, I don't want him setting an overwatch. That's where you get punished, but he's dead anyway. Okay, good start so far, but what the Hellbrood does changes a lot. You're crazed. Hit somebody else. Yes! We have turned their most powerful unit against them, chat. They will fall by the hands of their mad Hellbrood. I still remember when we were fighting the Chaos Knight, and halfway through the battle, he just rips his face off into his skull. Seeing the Hellbrood is reminding me of that because he's got the little skull face in the middle of the mouth. Aw. We crazed the guy with the Plague Belcher that doesn't hurt his friends. So crazed is not a guaranteed way to be able to damage them, but it helps. Ah, free attack of opportunity. I like it. Everybody hates on the librarian here. This is a lot of librarian hate I'm seeing. A bunch of overwatches. I'm not too worried though because the librarian can teleport. And that gets out of... It avoids all these overwatch shenanigans. Yeah, do a third one. Okay, that's an interesting position, but sure. I feel like I'm in some kind of spy movie where you see all the lasers of the room that you have to navigate to be able to get to the ruby. What do we want to focus fire on? Would we actually be able to defeat you? Not really. We could inflict hobbled and maybe keep you from making it all the way. But we could also keep you for some supporting fire on, say, these guys. This guy's already hurt. Let's take these shots.
Firing on target.
We should be able to finish them off. We want to focus fire, just eliminate as many as possible, but we're not going to sweat it if a few of them get through to the board.
I strike true.
We also want to focus on keeping our health high, because we're going to have to return to this team for 5 rounds of this. You do this after every single Bloomspawn route is destroyed. Okay, now we thread the needle by teleporting right behind this enemy. That avoids all these overwatches, and a melee attack will cancel this one. The enemy loves their overwatch. It reminds me a bit of Xcom multiplayer. Yes, it's just overwatch cancer. Alright, that frees our apothecary to be able to go to town. You can get in. All these organic targets are just doomed. Let's play... Actually, armor pierce is pretty good, because if we crit on the next one, we could also armor pierce, and then I think he's just dead. Exactly! That's why you do armor pierce.
See them fall, brothers.
Nurgle in a nutshell is Overwatch. The slow advance. The slow, insidious advance of the Death Guard.
Me, my brothers.
Why do guys have wrenches by your name? Oh, they're the moderators. It's a very young community. There's only 2 moderators currently, Wolfman and Golden Crispy. But we got attacked. Sometimes we get a high enough view count to attract the sex bots. And that's why we need moderators to protect us. Let's see if we can stack the stun. If you... Time to plug the channel. If you want more interesting flair behind your name, stay tuned. We're working on setting up channel memberships where you will be able to get unique flair next to your name. Everything is under construction now, but hopefully it'll be live in a few days. We have the Elite Guard against the spam bots of Nurgle and Slaanesh. Mostly Slaanesh. We battle Slaanesh here in the real world. It sounds crazy, but it is true.
Empty.
Oh, we are so close to finishing him. Ah. Sure, do the damage. 3 health. If he attacks an AoE that then just smashes my guys, I'm going to be very upset. Let's take a reload because I would like to keep on applying Crazed. I remember when you two were just regular viewers. That was only a few days ago, and I had never had a single stream that attracted the bots. If we can craze this enemy, I feel like that's decent. The guy right in front of me, I get a free attack again. We'll run this. Quick question. Too lazy to Google. Are there any DLCs planned for the game? I don't think the developers have a roadmap, but one can only assume that there will be. Does anybody in chat have definitive word from the developers if DLCs are planned? Do you think they will probably release DLCs or something similar to other Chaos Gods and the chapters loyal to them? Thousand Suns, Zeech, for example. I sure think so. I feel like this game is ripe for DLCs, and I feel like it has been well received. Like, there's enough of a player base here that there's a good chance we get DLCs. Also, as a couple very astute viewers have said, and I've forgotten who they were, but the developers in the tutorial have already modeled a number of the Khorne demons and characters. So a DLC featuring them, it feels like it'd be pretty easy for them to pull off. Can you kill the Hellbrute with a gun? You can. You can smash the Hellbrute with a gun, and that's the preferred way, because that if you don't, he opens up the self-destruct, and then you have to waste a full melee turn to be able to get out of the way. Where's my librarian? He's right here. The librarian, you need to try and protect the warp right now. But what's your best position? You could open up to right here and try and wear this guy down. If this also gets you out of the way of the Hellbrute. Make the attack. World Eaters might get a DLC once their new range releases. Marketing opportunity there. That's true as well if the studio is closely paired with Games Workshop. They could be on the lookout for what Games Workshop is going to try and promote, in which case some DLC would be an excellent way to let people see some new warbands, or at least new units. Let's smash this guy.
As you command.
Hellbrute going down. His area of effect can target his friends, so we love seeing this. Give us the reload. Now who do we put the next 2 shots, the next 1 shot? The next shot into. We can attack. Nope, he's behind cover. We can make this attack. It weakens him a little bit, but he's probably going to make it into the warp. Wolfman said it. Did that enemy just walk back into the portal? Yeah. Once they hop to the other side, they then arrange themselves in 2 single file lines. It looks awkward, but that's just the way it is. This apothecary... I could armor up and not care about taking the Overwatch because it'll all be on the armor. And then I can rush this guy. He's pretty far away, but a kill is a kill. Wolfman was the one who noticed the models. Yes. Wolfman, he's got the mind of the developer. You don't just put that much effort into creating those demon models to then never pay it off outside of the tutorial. That feels like quite the loss. I think he only does 4 damage. We take 1 damage on the Purgator if we light this guy up. Let's hit him. Stop with the Overwatch. Yeah, Daka, it's gonna be a slog through all of this, but we'll clear them. There we go. Now we have the Librarian with 1 final action. Was this guy crazed? No, he was not. Ah, we don't have any rounds chambered. I think we make the attack then. Hopefully as he runs away, we're able to take him down to either a sliver or get the kill. And there we get some friendly fire out of the Hellbrute. The Hellbrute, honestly, helping us more than his side. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The Emperor watches your actions. Okay. This is where we let a few pass. It's okay for a few to get through. The Justicar on the other side especially will be able to handle them. Nurgle is an evil genius. I agree, Daka. I feel like Nurgle is the most interesting of the Chaos factions because he does seem to have some creativity in his plans. What's the Chaos God of Betrayal? Maybe we get a remastered DLC with the old Ultramarine World Bearers. If they do a DLC that remasters the first Chaos Gate, because this was like it was a game in what, 1998? Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate was like from the 90s. It would actually be really fun if they did some kind of homage to the classic, right? I'm sure people would turn out for that. Let's see. I want to get a nice firing angle. I think coming up here is pretty good.
It will be done.
And look at this, we barely took any damage. Got plenty of kills. This is a successful round for what are these guys? The rear guard. Let's run up. Speaking of Evil Genius, what do you think of Evil Genius 2? Evil Genius 2, I enjoyed it. I've played it for like 500 hours or 300 hours at this point. It was what launched the channel from utter obscurity, so I've had a very good time with Evil Genius. I feel like there was a lot of potential there that they missed out on. But overall, I enjoyed it. I just feel like they made some decisions that absolutely ruined, especially the marketing for Evil Genius 2. It should have released into early access, I think was the game's main shortcoming. And I know people hate everything on Steam releasing into early access, but Evil Genius 2 was clearly unfinished. And then it got a ton of complaints. The devs were very faithful to patch it and bring it into, like, fix all of the complaints that they reasonably could over the course of several months. And the final product, like 6 months after release, was very good. But without being able to label it early access and then have like the bookmark of then the full release that can give it new press and kind of invalidate the bad reviews that were early on, they shot themselves in the foot. Oh, he's stunned.
This was my design. I will heap misery on your accursed
And then
chapter.
this guy is stunned as well. All of these enemies are flooding in. We're in trouble. Let's see here.
At your service.
I would like the Apothecary to be able to free the Justicar.
At once.
Almost the entire battlefield has been turned to ground level 0. Yeah, this battlefield is going to we're going to fill it with corpses. And that's going to be the way we roll. Now the Justicar, it's your time to shine, my man. Oh, you need to reload. Unfinished games. I remember a time when that wasn't an issue. The good old day. Yeah, before the internet, before the devs realized that they could be lazy and then just patch it. You can fix it in post. Was not just in movies, but it was also in games. Is that Mortarion? High five, dog. It is Mortarion. It is Mortarion himself. In the. Do you say in the flesh? Is he flesh? I assume he is.
We slay
But yeah,
the darkness.
they have full-on Mortarion, the final boss. Oh, his model is so good. His model is so good.
Yes.
Okay, we have the Supreme Grandmaster
is your
here
will?
and the Interceptor. I could open up the Infinity Gate to be able to run around and release the Chaplain. How long are you stunned? Do I not know?
Yes.
I would really like to be able to free Palamedes, but that spends my entire action. Maybe we leave him stunned for now. Cries in Cyberpunk 2077. Remember when games released finished? Yeah, Cyberpunk was a slap in the face after all the good faith from The Witcher 3 got used up. People were like, CD Projekt Red actually makes great games. They do things better than any other studio, and then Cyberpunk comes out. Let's cut off his ranged weapon. Just watching this fight, likes to bug out. Mine froze had him down to 35 health and 1 root left. Oh no, Gadwin. Mine froze yesterday about stage 3 on the 3rd route. I think there were so many models on screen. Like, the game is not meant to process this many character models all together. Yeah, and we had a crash as well. Total War Warhammer 3 was also disappointing. Really? Warhammer 3 is falling short? They have such a strong franchise going there, though. This gives us a great image on how big Primarchs really are. Yeah, the Mortarion is insane. He's enormous. He's a monster. Okay, you inflicted me with vulnerable. I feel like you should have shot me, or inflicted vulnerable and then tried to shoot me. But you do you. Oh, Palamedes is free. That's gonna make Mortarion pay. So we can come up here, attack him once, hope to inflict vulnerable. And then I would really like to get the Litany for Guidance back up. This is going to give us that 35% crit back, which I'm really relying on with the Justicar play. This guy... Foolish enemy, you have moved to the very sliver edge of my range. For that, you will die. Cut his arm off with the bullets. Get the supporting fire. The Justicar's aim is surgical. Absolute surgical precision. And the enemy's dead. Cut in half by that round. We'll take the reload. I wish we had more auto reload here. Total War 3 had a ton of good potential. Now it's relegated to the bin until Mortal Empires. That's the thing, right? Is because you have all the factions together, it's kind of got a crutch that it can lean upon. People will still need to get it to have all the factions. So maybe that made the developers get a little lazy. This Apothecary has no good turns. 0.
Yes.
Drogo, you're silenced. Okay. Silenced is okay. And we need to work our way to this route. So, let's open up with the range attack to get the extra stun. Where's my Nagash? Still in the oven. Maybe in a $15 DLC, Wolfman. Now, let's move just up to here.
Understood.
Start repositioning Drago. Apothecary, you're bumming me out, man. Oh, this is actually, I found it. This is the good move. You get cover. You get a little bit of chip damage.
I am his will.
I think a lot of people will come back to Total Warhammer 3 later on. I do too. just because
is wounded.
it's kind of the slow burn.
Down.
Oh, we got the crit, so we don't get... No, we stunned him. Now we get the execution. Action points back to everybody. All right. Super important note for this fight. Drago, the Supreme Grandmaster, never receives bonus ability points. Executions don't give it to him. And honor the chapter, he doesn't care if you honor the chapter. He does not get bonus ability points. So you can't plan any turns around him getting additional actions. Everybody else gets them as normal, but only Drago is singled out in this way. Very sad. Very disappointing. But it ruined us on one of our turns last time. That's why I am crying about it still. Let's take the reload. What is the play here? We could just armor up, expecting the enemy to advance a little bit. The Apothecary... Palamedes gets a free attack here, which is nice. We need to work him down to 150 for him to summon up the next enemy monster. We can bring the Apothecary over. Let's do this. Warhammer 2 spoiled many players. Granted, it took 5 years to get Warhammer 2 to get where it did. Yeah, Warhammer 2 was when things were really singing. But just the fact that they can sync the multiplayer and the campaign, I feel like Warhammer 3 will eventually get to where it needs to be. I believe in the franchise. I also might be a little biased with hundreds and hundreds of hours in the entire franchise. So, Supreme Grandmaster of the Grey Knights is the mortal enemy of Mortarion, so Nurgle made sense. Drago should have a boon because he knows Mortarion's true name. He should. He should be getting some kind of advantage. Let's go for stacking. No, let's silence him. So that he can't use any of his psionic. Yeah. And by silence, I mean cut his head off. Decapitation is the best way for true silence. Don't use this on your kids. He is a heretic? He is a Giga Chad. Well, we have division in the chat. And this is how new denominations are formed, guys. We have seen it happen in real time. Daka Boys is going to form his own church, and Golden Crispy is going to go his own way as well. Palamedes, you just have to keep up. Next, Death Watch come to game. I hope we get some more factions. If we can get some bonus Space Marine chapters, I will be a happy man.
Understood.
Let's run on up here. Light him up. Knock him down. All right, Drago. Are you going to be able to reach? Yes. All right, let's take it. Come on. Make the attack.
Agreed.
What do we inflict? We can weaken all of his melee attacks forever. We can give him the extra crit vulnerability. I say we go for weakening. The less he does with his attacks, and the fewer of his attacks he's able to make, the better chances. So now I have the Apothecary and the Interceptor. Interceptor, open up the teleport. Are you going to be able to get close enough? Honestly, we could just have him walk. He'll one action point, he just walks. Apothecary does have a full turn though. So Apothecary, claim the high ground. Who's hyped for the Kenobi TV show? If the Kenobi TV show doesn't open up with like the first line has to be Kenobi sees some kind of important old friend and he says hello there. If that is not the opening, I will unsubscribe from Disney Plus. We will join Team Nurgle if you lose, Teddy. Oh no, Mike is already forming up the Team Nurgle faction. I want a game like this, but playing as Custodes, taking on waves of orc boys. This style of game it just translates so beautifully to Warhammer. They can put any factions in here, and it'll be fantastic. Let's take this shot while we've got it. They got the bomb boys back because Mortarion has a regeneration factor. So we are delayed a little bit here. But I believe that Drago, we can teleport across and use supporting fire out of the interceptor. Let's set that up.
Yes, Commander.
All right, interceptor. If you... He's so tiny. Look, Mortarion is taking up a third of the screen. And then we get our little knight out here. Like he's going to be able to fight him.
Yes.
But each of our brothers is an army unto themselves. Gate of Infinity drops me in over here. Hang on.
Your command.
Apothecary? What happened to you? Did you guys see this? How did Mortarion... How did the Apothecary get thrown over here? Did I miss something dramatic? I was memeing about the high ground and the Kenobi show, and my Apothecary is getting thrown across the entire map. Let's use this to be able to trigger the supporting fire. Yeah, hopefully no freeze today. I really hope so, Elusive Nature. I think part of why it froze is the game is like, you're playing so bad by letting so many enemies stay on the screen at once that we're gonna crash. You did so poorly that we can't even support the number of enemies you're supposed to fight. And so we're gonna try and avoid that this time. We have him activate. Drago is going to run across. We need to be able to finish off this drone, so we'll go high.
Understood.
Let's see. If the Kenobi TV series doesn't generate more quotes for him, it will be a lost opportunity. Ah, Mike wants to see some new memes come forward. Here's the thing. It is so hard to top the prequels for meme potential. So if you're trying to set up new catchphrases for Kenobi, I don't know, I feel like that's a losing battle. But we'll see what they do with it. I have faith. I have faith that it's going to be that Ewan McGregor can carry another Star Wars series. It is a bit nuts how many enemies spawn outside the portal. Yeah, Gadwin. And last time we did a terrible job managing it and got severely punished. Let's take heavy cover with Mortarion so close at hand. And then the chaplain can keep on working around. Maybe a little closer. There you go, buddy. Mortarion has the high ground. Well, with the wings, it's kind of cheating, but yes. It is a bit nuts. No, I said that. He heard you talking about Star Wars, indeed. Silence, no. That's not the worst one. But now we get hit with the AoE. Did that do damage? What did that do? Did it do anything? It just missed? It has a miss chance?
Yes.
Alright, that's new. Let's... because he got silenced, he's not going to be able to teleport. No, he can. What? How does this work? Your target cannot use psychic abilities. Did you guys know? Fun fact. Teleport is not a psychic ability. Teleport that allows you to travel through the warp and costs willpower is not psychic. We learn something new every day, chat. Portable high ground. He has cracked the matrix. We'll layer in these attacks because we wanted to disrupt his counterattack. His area of effect there would allow him to counterattack anybody who shoots at him. Wait, is he still getting it? Well, if I disable it, he won't be able to. I thought I disabled it by making the melee attack, but there that crit is able to break off that portion of his hit. Even standing on the ground, Mortarion has the high ground. Yeah. It is an uphill battle for our knights. All the Grey Knights have teleport hacks in their armor. Oh. The teleport is part of the armor. Am I stupid for thinking that it was a psionic ability this whole time? I thought that it was part of their psychic capabilities. I didn't realize that the power armor gave them that kind of opportunity. This is why I'm glad to have chat. They can fix my terribly erroneous Thoughts? Let's run on up here because we're expecting enemies to be coming out of the warp. This is all just trying to get in the best position possible for next round. Because we'll be able to sever the root here. But we're just checking in with everybody. We have only Drago remaining. He can destroy it in 2 rounds, or 2 actions.
Agreed.
So we take a reload, and then we run him across.
Agreed.
Drago, it's over, Mortarion. I have the high ground. Now we're gonna get angry. Alright, we got other people in chat who are learning about the Grey Knights. I'm glad I'm not alone.
I sense the enemy converging. Hear me, knights, and despair.
You have the high ground. He is the high ground. I feel like this is almost now... We've morphed all the way over into making a Bane reference. You learn to adopt the high ground, but I was born on it. This is a lot of Chaos Marines. A lot of Death Guard piling in. How many are going to be over here? These are their champions. We would love to spit a whole contingent into the chasm with a single grenade. Oh, my frames? What have you done with my frames? I can kill 2 with this frag grenade. But honestly, 2 immediate kills is not the best. I think we can do better. Like over here. How good is your throwing arm, Neodin? I have to believe in Neodin's throwing arm here. Okay, we'll run up.
Yes, sir.
Find the exact point. The pixel perfect grenade toss. Oh, it's good. His arm is good. In another life, he could have been first round draft MLB.
Firing on target.
Votes in chat for how many kills? I'm saying 3. We get the 4? Aw, 4 insta kills. That's worth his entire turn. And 1 grenade for sure. Everything can be solved with the high ground. Knockback grenade heaven. This is making me wish that I had actually taken more knockback grenades. If I just gone for more ammunition. And we've destroyed all of our cover. Not the best situation for us.
What is your will?
But still something we can work with. Do I have any crits I want to dish out? Not necessarily. We could just finish off this enemy to be able to deal with his entire pod. 1 grenade and then 2 shots. And his whole pod is gone. Wolfman says not bad, but he's... that's the second best grenade placement I've ever seen. Let's run... Do we run back? There are no enemies are coming from here. None are coming from here. All the enemies are on this side. So we can try and respond accordingly. Let's move up. The enemies advance toward us. We advance toward them. Give ourselves a favorable attack line. Now, I wish that I wish that Vortex had knockback. But it does not. It tragically does not. We're going to come up to here. Very aggressive. And then try and inflict crazed. Ooh. Yes, we're just going to take the reload and try and inflict crazed on the drone. And also hope that the enemies focus their overwatches on the librarian. We've presented him, he's the bait. He's the bait of all, we got the crazed. He's the bait of all of their actions because he's able to teleport away. And then who else do we want to be crazy? Let's get this guy. Go for it. Maybe you'll help me. Apothecary, I want you to be able to get in to melee range. Because with your stabby piece, you do so much damage. We could if we advance, we're basically letting all of these guys go. Is that acceptable? Maybe it is. I believe in the squad on the inside. I fully believe in their capabilities to be able to handle a couple guys getting through. A grenade with faith in the Emperor solves everything. Let's bust off his gun. You did manage to catch 7 of them with 1 grenade yesterday. It didn't insta-kill them, but I did have it hit more before. That's true, Wolfman. The Grey Knight keeps a record of our impressive deeds, of our great deeds. That grenade almost ranks. Have you heard of the fun gun? What is the fun gun, Daka boys? Do I dare ask? We are only interested if the fun gun brings a lot of Daka. Take off your armor. Embrace thieves. We have a Nurgle infiltrator here. Okay. It's absorbing the corpses, making itself stronger, but it chose not to attack. It was crazed, so it had a chance of attacking the enemies, which I wish it had done. Let's see how many Overwatches they set up this time. Last time our entire screen was red. We'll see what we get here. He puts it backward. What a fool. He doesn't realize we can just teleport away. Ooh, this guy defending is a little bothersome. Because it's locking the apothecary in place. I don't think we have any way to really... No, we can. So if we open up with Astral Aim and crit him and disable his shield, we will be able to break off his defensive matrix. And it can be done.
At your service.
It can certainly be done. But I would like to disrupt at least some of these Overwatches. We can disrupt this one so that our friends take a little less damage. I think that's the play. Librarian. Teleport here. That even gives him a little bit of cover. Nurgle's funniest gun. It hobbled enemy group. Okay, we make the melee attack to break up the Overwatch. I hate it when the pods actually work together and to reach the portal. Yeah, they're actually exhibiting teamwork. What is this? Like, these guys are advancing and covering each other rather than just, you know, either rushing forward or moving off to the side a little bit. Do I go for crazed again on the drone? I feel like I kind of have to. But this is not actually doing any damage because it's only hitting the armor and it's not stacking the stun counter.
Standing ready.
So here, do I have to armor up? Yes. We activate the shield. We move across. Well, I mean, if you're gonna shoot me, I might as well get to an interesting position and run forward. That's what marks the Space Marines as a different breed. We run toward the danger. We go Astral Aim, disable Plague Shield, watch our loincloth fly up through our arms because the game doesn't understand cloth physics. And now the Apothecary is unleashed, as he has asked. Let's get in right here. I saw this other guy. I was like, I'm going to attack him. But then I realized that he was one-armed. You don't go after the disabled guys. You got to fight one-on-one with the ones who are able to actually fight back. That's pretty good for us. Now, again, we could go for him, but he is disabled. We are an equal opportunity combat unit. And we will not discriminate based on abilities on the side of the Nurgle army. Aegeus shield to be able to tank some of this Overwatch. And I don't think we even move here. We just either fire right back or fire at somebody else around us. I think focusing this enemy down makes sense.
Firing now.
His armor is probably enough to be able to get him out, even with the Librarian's attack of opportunity. But it has worn him down quite a bit.
Ammunition depleted.
Oh, we need to cleanse that plague off the Librarian. I don't want to see Plague be able to keep on ticking. They should have given you a land raider for this level. Yes, this would have been the perfect opportunity to incorporate some kind of armored unit. Even if we dropped, I don't know, do the Grey Knights use tanks? What do they call them? Blood Angels, they're Predator tanks. But is the Predator tank unique to Blood Angels, or is it a general Space Marine unit? Drop a Dreadnought for the rear guard. The waves are just so massive and oppressive. Yeah, it would have been a great time to add in a set piece on our side. Or add tactical decisions to the player. You get to choose, does the rear guard get the Dreadnought, or do you bring the Dreadnought against Mortarion? And you have to pick which team is going to get the support. In either case, I feel like you get a great feeling of piloting the Dreadnought, squishing the hordes, or going straight against Mortarion. Oh, I'm getting lulls on the Grey Knights using Predator tanks. Okay. Great Land Raider. Even a Grey Knight Dreadnought would be awesome. They can use Land Raider and Dreadnoughts. Okay, so the Predator tank is Blood Angel specific tech. Good to know. I put so many hours into Warhammer Battle Sector that now my brain just defaults to all of their unit names. I'm pretty sure I spent the first 5-6 episodes. What? Why did you get knocked back? What was that? I'm pretty sure I spent the first... What? You can't move now? You're hobbled. Okay, now I'm even more confused. There's bugs. Bugs in my game. Does anybody understand what happened? What happened right there? He attacked, he got knocked back, and then I told him to go in and attack again, and he like rolled over. I don't get it. And now we're out of range for the heal. Okay. Have it your way, game. Don't be fun. Have I seen a Dread Knight? Those would be a great help. I believe it. Will this guy get the free attack against me for moving next to him? He will. All the enemies are just camping the portal, and I'm over here shooting the drone. What are we doing? Let's see if we can finish off some of them.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, that's one who won't make it through.
Mercy in death.
And then we have another. I can almost kill him.
Firing on target.
Flamers are situational in this game, only sometimes great. I had a brilliant suggestion to bring a flamethrower with this crew over here, and then you just park him. Excuse me. You take the flamethrower purifier, you park him right here because you know the enemies just group up right here, and then on his first turn, you can attack all of them all together. And I thought that was a brilliant idea. Let's see, Purgator. I kind of want to just burn this champion down, but we're also in danger over here. He's at 18 health. I have 2 rounds left. We fire one more time. If we use Astral Aim, we can do the attack that does bonus damage and knocks him back. We got a free reload, yes. I mean, they do, but the Dread Knight is the flavor. It is the flavor of the week. Astral Aim. Open up, guaranteed crit, destabilize him. If the game gets an Xcom 2 War of the Chosen style DLC, vehicles would be a huge plus for large-scale battles. Yes, that would be very interesting. I hope the dev team is ready to give post-launch support with DLC and whatnot, because I would love to come back and do variant campaigns, variant factions. There's just so much potential, and the bones, the fundamentals that they put in the game are so good. I believe they would be able to pilot excellent DLC options. Let's go ahead and teleport over. This one group on the far side is mostly going to be able to make it in. But this little enemy right here is not. Lightning falls from heaven and kills him. What are the odds?
Shall avoid its fate.
And then we'll just hit you. If I armor Pierce, that's not a lot. Let's break off his gun. In case he runs into the portal, he'll be useless. And let's hit him again. I don't think they will leave the realm of Nurgle. Do you think we're only going to get more Nurgle, Gadwin? Aw. I mean, if I was a betting man, I would be more on your side. But it just feels bad to say. Obviously, the one who designed this level is a Death Guard fan who wanted to do them right. He managed to do it, but we suffer as a result. Yeah. The person who designed this level specifically owns a Death Guard army, and he plays every week. He knows exactly what the Death Guard Legion is supposed to look like, and it looks like cancer. There we go. The one thing that I'm worried about is those two champions who made it through. Otherwise, I think we've done a great job so far. Ah, he's too far out of range. All right. Return. Get a little closer. These rounds just take so long. I wish that it wasn't... I wish that they could get the same... It's almost impossible to balance the epic scale and the challenge, but not have the battles be such a grind.
Yes, Commander.
Probably impossible. I'm probably asking too much, but we'll take what we can get, and we will carve through the Death Guard. Don't forget those Khorne units at the start of the game. Don't lose hope. We have hope of being able to see more Chaos factions realized. I mean, honestly, if they just threw the DLC as a full prequel, right? You play as the previous commander in his campaign up against Khorne. I would play that. I would play that full campaign as a prequel to what we do here. Oh wow, the apothecary is so far out of position. Let's run back in. Legion to the Dam would be cool as auxiliary allies. Robbie, hello. Good to see you joining back on the stream. Let's go apothecary here and just chip in on the stun counter. Well, okay, so my one thing about... I said it would be great to have the whole prequel, and now I'm realizing that they got Andy Serkis to voice the previous commander. And I don't think the studio is big enough to have him do more voice lines than we already got. So either if we get that prequel, he will probably have to be mute, or it won't pan out. I mean, Andy Serkis's time is a premium, guys.
Need ammo.
I feel like you could run a successful reality TV show-esque show that's all about these different celebrity characters and just their queue of offers for gigs, right? Like, I would be entertained just watching what kind of job offers Andy Serkis gets. The ones he takes, the ones he does. I guess it's specifically the ones he doesn't, because he's probably not allowed to talk about the ones he is taking before they're released. But just the whole list of jobs they turn down, I feel like would be a show I would watch.
I defy your cause.
Best DLC would be Harley's superhuman mech space levels. We'll see what they have planned for us. I have hope that the DLC will come around, and mostly I'm hoping for more than $15 character packs.
Yes, come on.
Because the first DLC was a little bit of a disappointment. But I think something on a larger scale could do really well. Okay, is that the last of them? Are we finally through to the next stage? Killing Eldar would be pretty fun. I agree wholeheartedly, Wolfman. The DLC... Yeah, if the DLC is just armored units and tanks, land cruisers, dreadnoughts, that would be great. White Scars would be a fun DLC faction. You'd be collecting heads instead of seeds.
A lingering mote of a tormented soul.
Alright. We got the crew that came through.
Storm.
I'm not too worried about being able to deal with them. We'll move the Interceptor up. Check his ammunition to be able to lend supporting fire. Alright, you've got nothing, so you need to take a reload. Our Justicar is already in position, and this is where we just lay waste.
Unleash me.
The Death Guard are all excited, piling over each other to be able to get through the portal. And now we make them wish that they were running the other direction. We get the supporting fire, cutting down to 1. That's fine. You still have an arm, so we can remedy that. Looking for my Death Guard to all be one-armed. And you look like you still have an arm? I can't quite tell. Yep, you did. But now you don't. 3 for 3 out of the Justicar. And now none of them have range attacks. He ate the woman Inquisitor. She seemed heretical anyways. Oh, but her final sacrifice was so brave.
Yes.
I felt something just briefly in my heart, which I didn't expect out of a Warhammer game. But when she tells Ektar that she's going to have to sacrifice herself to come through and blaze the trail through the warp.
Only in death does duty end.
What is your will?
Alright, Chaplain. Palamedes is just the Hornet that's buzzing around Mortarion, and he can't get rid of him.
The foe bleeds.
He's just stuck to his ass this whole battle.
The enemy is wounded.
Was there an XCOM style game with the Death Watch? Could mix and match the chapters for different abilities? I would love to see some mix and match chapters. The more representation we get, the better. We'll put the apothecary attacks in. It mostly is for stacking the stun.
I strike true.
And then we need to reposition him. Funstar felt nothing. The heretic will burn. Her service has always been her duty. She was doomed as soon as she set foot upon the baleful edict. Drago, you need to cross the entire map anyway to be able to get to this position. So, let's throw you in their face. Who still has actions? I have 1 action on the Interceptor, and then I've got 2 here on Drago. That's pretty good. Do you have an area of effect? Ah! Just as I said it. I mean, this feels like the best thing, right, guys? Light him up. Be the Grandmaster. Guys, remember, always be yourself unless you can be the Supreme Grandmaster. In which case, be the Supreme Grandmaster. Yeah, just charge him. Oh, he's so powerful.
Death is only the beginning.
I don't think that even cost us any willpower points because he killed so many enemies, he got a full return on the investment. Let's get a little bit of a flanking angle here. There was a game about the Death Watch a time ago, but it was shovelware. Oh, that sucks. It would be great if this could be a PvP game too. Ah, Dale here, voicing the DLC that everybody knows they would play, but is too scared to ask for. Full PvP. Okay, we need to be able to get some support to Drago. So, Apothecary, time for you to start hoofing it. Hopefully up to here is far enough. Let's see. I really don't want Drago getting too low. There we go, we get a little bit of support in. Palamedes can 1v1 any Primarch. Yeah, high five, dog. Palamedes, after this battle, is next in line for the Grandmaster position. We're going to fully skip past the commander of a strike cruiser and just offer him... we're going to offer him Grandmaster promotion. Because, I mean, look at this guy. Unstoppable. He's down to 134. Double checking my interceptor. You do have 1 round. Oh, but Palamedes doesn't have any rounds chambered. Okay, that's okay. There we get the vulnerable. We love to see it. Apothecary, you need to trigger the supporting fire. There we go, coming through. He really is 9 feet tall. Look at the model is incredible, and then his full throne. Like, the details in the game are incredible. They even have Cadex's skull and then the little mote of the Inquisitor coming out from his tongue. It's so good.
Yes.
Drago. Light him up. Stun. I think the stun is the best choice. I'm a little lost on what I would want to use, but I think he just dies before we get an execution anyway. Yep. Alright, so that's one of their champions dealt with. One of their champions sundered. We'll move the Justicar out. Let's see. We need a reload. That's the one thing holding the Justicar back, is that he doesn't get the free reloads often enough. But he does a lot of damage when he hits. Wolfman would love a PvP system. They would need to add some type of vehicle to Grey Knights to even things out. Chaos has Hellbrutes and Blight Drones. So, how do you envision PvP happening? Would PvP be one person is Grey Knights and one person is a Nurgle army? Or it's 2 factions of Grey Knights against each other? Which do you guys think would work out better? His throne is a giant outdoor toilet. You know, when Nurgle has a sense of humor. The grandfather gave him a throne, but it ended up being a pewter throne. We'll run up here. If you have higher focus, you would trigger auto reload more. That's true, but I can't. I'm running the balancing act. I put all crit items on him rather than focus items. So if I go for focus, then I don't crit at 95% of the time. And I like the crit too much to give it up. I'm like the monkey with his arm in the trap. You can't pull the fist out because you're holding on to the little prize. But you have to let go to be able to get out. I'm hanging on to my crit, but I can't get my auto reload.
Understood.
You wish this and Battle Sector had more factions and mod support? That would be the other thing, is if they could just, like, the devs focused entirely on building mod support.
What is your will?
I feel like the community could keep this game alive for a long time to come.
Your orders?
Let's throw Palamedes in. He'll be able to get the knockdown. Do I give him... what is the play? Because I want to shoot this as well. Okay, fine. I reload. I'll shoot it. I think I gave Palamedes too good of a Storm Bolter. He doesn't... And now it doesn't damage him? Come on, guys. Chat, you saw that. You saw that he had the kill before. Let's use the Cybolt. We have to spend the willpower to make the willpower. If you get that one War Gear item that looks like a crystal, it gives 40 or 45% focus. Yeah, it's really good. The thing is that all of my slots are taken up with the boots that give crit chance. Let's see if I can show it off. The Justicar's build has become a point of conversation. So let's see if we can see his equipment. We're rocking Blessed Greaves tier 3. This gives 35% crit chance, and then Enhanced Auto Senses tier 3 for plus 4 crit damage. And then when you round out the build with the Chaplain giving the intonation for guidance, I have 95% crit chance and plus 6 crit damage. And if I take away any of these pieces to be able to get a higher chance on the auto reload, I don't know. It's like spending one action to reload and I've got 4 rounds in the gun. I don't know. I say all that to end up saying that I'm happy with the Justicar build. I'm not sure how to really improve it further. Disable lanterns. I want to disable the bombs. Maybe the Justicar will be able to do that for me.
My blade is yours.
Oh, I have to run closer. Okay. Get up here. Because I know he's going to spawn an enemy on that route as well.
I take all comers.
Okay. Now we get to disable the Phoenix Hex bombs. Excellent. Does Xcom style suit Warhammer the best? I agree, Funstar. I mean, it's this, because this is kind of modeled very close to Kill Team. And then you have what Total War is doing for the real grand scale armies. And I feel like they could also translate 40K to a Total War game. Interceptor. The enemy's all the way up there. Ugh. Drago, do you have any rounds? No. I've got 3 on the Interceptor and 3 on the Apothecary. Okay. Apothecary. I could just heal you, or I could give plus stun. If I give plus stun, he has 10 stun though. I think I just go for the heal. I go for the lazy heal. Here we go. You're still amazed Necrons were put into the game. Usually they're ignored in favor of Eldar or Tau.
Gratitude.
Yeah, the army selection meetings must be very heated indeed, because everybody has such high loyalty to their favorite faction that choosing who makes it into the game and who doesn't make the cut is just really hard. Let's disable Stream of Corruption so we don't get plagued. You have the scroll that gives 15% melee crit and the book that gives more crit damage. They need to make Warhammer games something like Stellaris. Ooh, a Stellaris Warhammer. Now that's something, Gadwin.
I strike true.
And I agree with your build for the melee crit is a very good item, but we are focusing on ranged crit because we're running a weapon that gives precision targeting on range attacks. Let's honestly just throw the Apothecary right here. The fact that we found the Stormbolter that gives precision targeting on range attack, we've then built the whole squad composition around it. And when the Justicar hits, it sings. It sings. Dark Eldar are cool. Normal Eldar are bland. Changed my mind. I feel like, you know what? I was about to disagree with you, Wolfman, and then I challenged myself to name an interesting Eldar unit, and I couldn't do it. We will inflict weaken. When I say Eldar, I really only mean Harleys. Stellaris Warhammer 40K would be kinda hard. The Imperium, after all, had stopped progression. It's literally the introduction. I feel like there's still something there. The Harlequins are pretty cool. Alright, Wolfman concedes 1 point to the Eldar. Killer Clowns are the best. We got all the unit arguments in chat.
Yes, Commander.
These are great, these are terrible. So this guy's not finished yet, but I feel like we're in position just to advance to the next round. Let's put Battlefield Medicine onto Drago. Climb the pile. Missed opportunity. This pile of rocks should have been a pile of skulls. The Apothecary then runs right toward the portal.
Moving out.
To be in melee range for next round.
Yes, Commander.
Palamedes, you just hang tight, my man. Justicar, fall back to also be in range. And take your reload. This is our big reset before going over to the next team.
Yes.
Supreme Grand Master. Are you, in any world, able to help me kill this guy before we advance? You actually are, right? I can open up... If I teleport, Gate of Infinity, shoot, and then cut, that's probably the best turn, right, guys? The Imperium has like 1 million worlds in its possession.
Confirmed.
So Stellaris is going to be hard managing 1 million worlds if you want to make it accurate. Losing and winning planets on a daily
We
basis.
slay the darkness.
The Imperium is ever on the advance. Confirmed. Diplomatic Space Marines. Dale's Loki excited for the new squats. They were the first 40k army. That's awesome, Dale. Do you still have any of the models? I'm curious.
More of the plague god's minions.
End time, the Nids or Necrons are gonna win. Razor thinks he does no faith in humanity. It's inevitable that the Tyranids or the Necrons triumph. Have some faith in the Golden Throne. Dale, you don't have the units. You didn't keep your ancient squats. I don't blame you. We've got a couple people who are saying that they're excited for the squats as well. All right, where is our brilliant grenade throw this round?
What is your will?
And who is going to throw it?
Yes, Commander.
We return to the well, Neodin. Like I said, should have been a pitcher. I'm sure the Imperium still has pro sports, right guys? Is this the kill? I think this gets 4 kills. 4 kills guaranteed. I mean, they won't call them squats. What are they going to call them? You want to have Exodite T-Rex go one-on-one with an Imperial Knight? Marauder over here living in a whole new world. This Librarian is a bit out of position.
Standing ready.
Over here. Okay, this is a combo I've been wanting to try. We have Sanctified Kill Zone. That inflicts vulnerability on all the enemies in the area. Then we have Vortex of Doom that will inflict 8 damage to all the enemies in the area as long as they are vulnerable. So, I believe the play is Gate of Infinity to get a little closer. Then, we get the action point back. You love to see it.
Unleash me.
Sanctify my kill zone.
Focus fire.
Cross the fingers for vulnerable and hit on all of them. Okay. This is going to be the best Vortex of Doom possible. Light them up. Okay, so 8 damage across 5 targets. We just did 40 damage. We have to take the reload. And now we just pump them full of lead because they're all vulnerable. And none of them have armor. So who wants to die? They are now called the Legion of Voltan or something like that. Okay, interesting. Now here's the thing. If Game Workshop, like, is that name actually going to catch on, or is everybody going to still call them squats? The Salamanders were the only legion with no defectors or even warrior lodges during the Horus Heresy. The Prometheum Creed literally strangled any other ideology to death. Stay true. Stay true, my brethren. If I crit, I kill, which would be fantastic. But I believe I'll also get an action back. We got the crit. Yes, and we got the action back. Okay, now who takes it? This guy eats it. I just hate it when the Warhammer 40k games, they use the big baddies like Mortarion. He's a demon prince of Nurgle. He would kill them just by breathing at them. But David, we have the Supreme Grand Master fighting with us. We can just say that he's giving us some kind of otherworldly protection, right? His very presence is guarding our brothers. Look at this. Never thought a Stormbolter would be able to put out that kind of damage at this range. But I'm not going to say no. Dale says Mortarion goes down on the tabletop all the time. Yeah, but on the tabletop he's also probably dealing with some other legendary lords. Let's not be too hard on the guy. Let's just advance the apothecary to here to be able to get in and use the melee. Battlefield Gothic Armada 2 is close to Stellaris, actually. Yes, Funstar, I remember that game. I actually played a bunch of Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2. Good times. That was fun. You could customize your fleet, throw them in. I just loved using the boarding torpedoes. I would fly straight at the enemy, ram them with my miner ships, and then throw boarding torpedoes at them, which cripples their engines because I destroy their crew with my Space Marines, and then roll over them from there. It was great. Great times. The Emperor told Drago Mortarion's true name and artillery. He'll be dealing with artillery on tabletop. We don't have any artillery. Well, I guess in this game we've got the stratagems to kind of fill the artillery support slot, but not a lot. Jacob says that the Stellaris style game could just be focused on a certain sector. You could find some fun sectors with some interesting faction rivalries. You don't have to try and depict the entire galaxy if you think that would be impossible to do a accurate depiction of.
Standing ready.
Well, oh, we're not in the range? Okay, well this is very good news for the Purifier. The Purifier then can open up with his Astral Aim, disable the Plague Shield so that we get rid of the defending zone. Just slice the shield right off with our bullets. You know, as you do. Alright guys, question. If I run up here and do the melee attack, do I knock him off the map? Chat, do you have an answer for me? Because the basic melee attack is a knockback. Do I knock him off the map if I do this?
What is your will?
I sure hope I do. These enemies, I believe, are still vulnerable. Yes. So we will capitalize on the vulnerability while we've got it. Got to use the number 4. Yes, it will knock him off. Alright, I'm going on Mike. Mike's suggestion here is that I can get the guaranteed kill if I go up in melee. And utilize the...
At your service.
You never thought the Purifier would be getting wins in melee combat.
Taking position.
But here we go. Oh no, it went diagonal. It didn't go off. Mike, it didn't go off. If it works, it would make a great This Is Sparta moment. If it was a tougher Space Marine, maybe it would have worked. But our little Purifier let us down. Oh, you are an organic enemy, Will. Allow me to introduce you to my apothecary. My apothecary can take you all out. I would like to enrage some of the enemies to try and stall. So we're going to send out... the Servo Skull's range is just not good enough. Okay, well, we'll just throw the apothecary in. There are some great 40k mods for RimWorld. Really? I could see some of those mods actually being incredible. And then I would really like to... I would like to +2 stun, but I would also like to weaken. Because I think that you're just going to smack me. So let's try and not have my apothecary get flattened. And then take a reload. Librarian, what do you have for me? Is the enemy in cover for you? He kind of is. Thankfully, Smite doesn't care. So this way we're still able to capitalize on the vulnerability that we set up last round. This turn of events on this side has gone better than any of the others. And I'm loving it. We just attack... we just attack one of these guys. Hope for crazed. Take a reload. Nope, we didn't get crazed. That's okay. Reload. Some of them are going to make it through, but the Justicar is going to chew them up on the other side. Was Drago like the OG Primaris? Or is he just super good at anything? Was a Drago a Primaris? I'm sure someone in chat knows, but I Not sure. I don't think he is. Grey Knights were the OG Primaris. They were, okay. They were the first super soldiers.
I feel the rot at my feet.
Oh, so many of them. So many. Gadwin thinks he's not. Wolfman thinks he is. Are 3 of them getting through? All 4 of them get through. Alright. It started to get confusing as to which enemies are alive and standing and which are part of the pile of corpses that we have accumulated. Also, this guy needs to learn the meaning of setting the Overwatch. He sets it too short every time. It's like right at my toes, and I'm able to burn him up.
Aye, sir.
He's not. Alright, it seems like consensus is he's not a Primaris. So what makes him incredible then? What makes him the demon-killing monster that he is, if he's not Primaris?
I am here to serve.
We're able to chip in a tiny amount of damage over here. Maybe it's worth it? Let's go for it.
Firing on
Hoping for a free reload here. And that audio cue says we got it.
Ammo depleted.
Alright, come on. Keep on cutting him up.
This is your wrath.
I can go for Astral Aim here. The Astral Aim, we go +1 stun. This should knock him down. We get 1 for the attack, 1 for the stun. Come on. Yes, it knocked him down. It took a minute for me to confirm. But now, oh, the hazard and the terrain is destroying me. But the and it's the Apothecary as well. The Apothecary cannot really teleport. But the Librarian can. No, this is the Librarian. The Librarian opens up the Infinity Gate. Hops in right next to this enemy to be able to gain the Execution. That'll give everybody action points back. What? He wasn't knocked down? I could have sworn that he was already stunned. Either way, we get the Execution. It just costs us an extra action point.
So to the unworthy.
And now... This enemy has already lost... He's lost his shield. That's what it was. Let's go back and let's beat him up. Like I said, we don't discriminate based on disability. You can get beaten down just as much as the next guy. We only have these 2 enemies to focus on. Let's break up his armor a little bit. Drago's Curse is what makes him special. That and his crazy mental strength, because he's capable of surviving life in the warp. Truly wild times. So if I do this, I'm going to get punched really, really hard. And last time I got punished because he has First Strike. First Strike. He had something that hit me twice. It was like First Strike, but 2 times a turn. And it just destroyed me. So this time I'm going to try and not get punished so bad. We'll move up and we'll just shoot him. I'm not even keeping up with chat anymore. This is crazy. What makes him the best? Because no one knows he swore loyalty to Sludnish. Ah. Sneaky, sneaky. Alright, let's get this attack in here. And then the Purifier is able to make an attack. Please hobble him. I would like a couple more rounds to bring him down. A lot more Plague Marines with arms got through this time. Yeah, high five, dog. We didn't do a great time cutting off all their arms, so the Justicar is gonna have to fill in. We're gonna have to like call him in on his Saturday to be able to slice off some of these guys' arms. Grey Knights are made with the gene seed of the Emperor himself. Yeah, they are the closest. The Grey Knights, correct me if I'm wrong, the Grey Knights are the most closely connected to the Golden Throne.
I am with you.
Then they are also the most secretive.
I am his will.
You cannot stop what is shooting.
Blessed ammunition depleted.
I can only imagine how much fun it would be if they did a DLC with orcs. Because they did such a good job with the voice acting and the one-liners. Getting to hear the orcs just popping off all the time, I feel like would be hilarious. Alright, we'll just fill him full of lead until he goes down. I'm not going into melee because he has the first strike, and he'll just smack me around. Let's see. Librarian. Hit him. Smite him. Do something useful. Come up. Okay, we get 2 attacks. That's enough. We get the crazed and the stun. But we'll just finish him here. Chat knows what's up. They sure do. They say they are under Custodes level, yet the Grey Knights get clapped by Space Wolf. Ah, the Space Wolves canonically beat up on the Grey Knights? What? That is unfair. Let's rock down here for cover. This is set up for next round, basically. Take our reload.
Ready.
Does anybody else have actions on this squad? Because we killed all our enemies. Nope, you have the last one.
Shield.
Trust in your armor. And now we return to Mortarion. Dinner party of fun Grey Knights and Black Templars. Yeah, Alexander, we're back at it. We're back at it with a new squad and new tactics. So far, it's going much better.
Chapter that has blamed my death god for millennia.
So far, things are going much better than before. Let's run the Interceptor all the way to this overlook. That gives him an excellent opportunity for his supporting fire. Drago, I need you to come down and help out as well. What route are we targeting this time? Mortarion is synced with this red one. Okay, good to know. Palamedes, bring the pain. We've dropped him to 100 health. So now that Mortarion is worn down this much to 2/5 of his health, he's just only as healthy as all of the other major bosses we have fought up to this point.
Yes.
They really gave Mortarion his full power. Let's get in here to be able to close and get the melee. Maybe we'll crit. Grey Knights are awesome against Chaos. How are they against non-Chaos enemies? I mean, I feel like a lot of their abilities should still be pretty solid. Let's afflict... Nah, let's cut off his arm. That's our policy. Our policy is we slice off the arms every chance we get. Okay. This guy has a gun? No longer. And who else? Supporting fire comes in. Fantastic. You look like you have a gun. Yes. These two right here are going to be our next victims. It's time to debilitate them all. And right here. Disable the ranged weapon. Astartes are made to resist Psychers, so fighting the Grey Knights are on a balanced playing field. Ah, well, I mean, they have enough psychic abilities that support themselves that they're not completely disabled, right? But they wouldn't be able to use as many of their powerful options against the enemy. You can't disable the enemy as well. Let's see. Am I able to stop him? I think I am. Okay, we just barely get this kill. But just barely still counts.
No demon shall avoid its fate.
Grey Knights do clash against non-chaos enemies occasionally, but a lot of their specialist war gear and stratagems won't be useful against them. They're still an elite army full of psychers though. Yeah, you can like never take that away from them. They're still using the power armor and like their base arms are great, and then they can use their psychic powers to augment each other. But some of their specialties are kind of hobbled. A Nemesis Force Blade still cuts flesh as well as it does demon bits. But it is just so much more joyous to turn it against the demons. We were way too over-aggressive with this apothecary, guys.
Apothecary!
We're gonna need Drago to bring him up. Drago has support for us. Alright, Drago. Where is it? Dead and critically wounded knights in the vanguard and rearguard are resurrected or recover heal 3. So I should just be able to bring him up right here. And next time we'll remember not to do that. Live and you learn. Justicar. That apothecary is going to have to fight his way out. So, give him a little love. Yeah, we hit the free reload. Alright. Now, I want to make sure that the interceptor is helping pull his weight, so he needs a reload. We put him in this overwatch to be able to lend supporting fire. So he's able to hit here and here. He's able to strike all the way out here? Okay. He can hit everything. Let's go ahead and strike right here. Be able to get the armor pierce for the guaranteed kill. And then this enemy is looking pretty tough. Oh, we didn't get the crit, but we still get the supporting fire here. I wonder if you can bring Crown to this fight. Ooh, the DLC character? I don't know. I did not actually purchase that DLC. At first, I was like, I don't want to use it because it looks like if I was using him early, it would probably be overpowered. And people are less interested in watching somebody win with an overpowered DLC that they bought, as opposed to grinding it out the hard way. But now I'm kind of curious as to what he brings to the table. The apothecary can guarantee the kill. There's just stacks of corpses in front of him. You can barely tell what he is attacking. Oh, the horror. Okay. I want to get the apothecary into a safer spot, but I'm not sure if there really is one. He could just armor up. We'll give him the armor here. And then we'll try and present more targets for the opponents, so that this time he won't go down. So there's this guy who doesn't have an arm. This guy has the close range bolter, and then this is the one enemy who can do full damage. Let's get a little bit of healing to Drago here. We're also in the stage of, what is it? We take damage, 2 damage per willpower that we spent. So we need to be very stingy. This is the Blood and Steel run. We can only use our basic armaments. Make this attack. You can't do anything really with Crown. All his gear and so on is locked. That does seem disappointing because I feel like the best part of the rest of the game is customizing abilities and gear. And so if you buy the specialty DLC unit, I wish that he would be able to play within the rules of the main game. So more useful at the start, but towards the end, your normal dudes end up better. Crown could send Morty on permanent fire. Other than that, alright, so it sounds like he has some useful stuff, but the other guys do catch up. Crown isn't overpowered. He's a purifier with mixed abilities from other classes. In hindsight, he's good for early game, but almost useless for late game. Wow, ouch. Harsh words for the DLC champion there. And you don't get Crown till after the Eldar Craft World? Are you telling me that my apothecary went down? No. I was worried with the pile of corpses that he had gotten knocked down. Actually, the second time he gets knocked down, he just dies. So we're on death's door here. Let's go Armor Pierce to get the kill. And then right here into this bad boy. No crit, but that's okay. Supporting fire comes in. And now the apothecary should be able to get the kill. That will return willpower to the apothecary. I like the sound of that. Excellent. Now Drago is dealing with an enemy. Should be able to make short work of him. Kiloorca is still mad we don't get to see Ektar properly fight. Yes! Ektar is going on about when Kadex boards that he is going to join the fight. And then you don't see him until the final cutscene and he never gets to fight. I wanted that to be the chance for Ektar to take to the battlefield. Because his penance was just that he couldn't go to the battlefields down below. It seemed like the loophole was if enemies were on board the Baleful Edict, he would be able to participate.
We strive.
Stealing the tactic from the Iron Warriors, I see. Yeah, we got a mix of tactics going on here. We'll borrow from whatever works. And this guy's hiding, true coward. But what do you expect from the hosts of Nurgle? Okay, get the apothecary out. Out here, full cover. He can lend support to Drago. Palamedes just keeps on laying down the beat. And he inflicts vulnerable. Let's go. Palamedes 1v1ing Mortarion has to be one of my favorite things. He's been over here the entire time, alone. The rest of the team is all fighting the rest of the Nurgle army, and he's just like, I got this, guys. Save me a beer. Teddy, I sound like an ultramarine. Your true identity has been revealed. We get the knockdown. Now we get to score the crit. I want to just do the bonus damage because this armor regenerates every phase. So the armor break is actually not very useful. But the raw 5 damage feels good. Okay. We said the apothecary was going to lend support. We'll go battlefield medicine right here for Drago. Get him all topped off. He is, after all, the most important part of this combat. Oh no. Chat, you have to remind me not to use willpower. Every time I use willpower, I'm hurting my own units. The apothecary basically killed himself there. Don't tell anyone, but I like the Ultramarines too. There we go. YouTube loves engagement. It does indeed.
Yes.
The algorithm goes nuts when there's engagement. It has no idea what to do when these videos are just popping off. The Justicar, I wish there was an angle to be able to fire on this guy. He's just being kind of annoying right now. We'll hike up here. Line up the attack. Disable your ranged weapon, so no more plague from you. Do not use willpower, thank you. I had actually already forgotten. It might sound like a bit, but I legitimately had. We will run the interceptor up to here. Why are you taking damage from abilities? It's because every time Mortarion links to a route, he gains a global either debuff for me or buff for himself. And in this phase, anytime I use willpower, I take damage. But then once we sever the route, that stage will pass and there'll be a new debuff. So here we have a Hell Brute that we're going to have to deal with. Glorious. Let's... If we run up this way, it might be actually hard to get around the stairs. So I think we have to go this way.
Understood.
But it's leaving us as sitting ducks for the Hell Brute. I don't like this. Mortarion, why won't you die? Just die. Could the apothecary enrage? No, the Hellbrute's way too far away. And we spent all of the med skulls. Okay, so apothecary, you are now relegated to slow moves and increasing your armor so that we don't outright lose you. Someone really needs to get on making a Tabletop Simulator update for Drago. Is he far out of date? Palamedes Aegeus shield. It hardens in response to heretical weaponries. Yes, Palamedes has been up here as a champ this whole time. His chaplain armor is unstoppable. Hellbrutes are easy to deal with as long as you can get out of the blast zone. Indeed. Especially because you get to actually score the execution, right? The Chaos spawn, which are kind of their freaky mutating brothers, are able to avoid being outright executed. But no such thing for the Hellbrutes. They also have a crit vulnerability, don't they? It's easier to be able to crit them. Supporting fire comes in. And light them up. One of my favorite things is inflicting crazed on them with a stun, and then for the rest of the battle they're just hurting their friends with their big area of effect attacks. I've had a ton of fun with that. The interceptor here can run up, make the attack. Please be a crit. Ah, that's okay. I have the Justicar in reserve. So Drago, you have to finish this guy off just so that he can stop bothering us. And we do it with a single swing. A single swing, chat.
Understood.
Get out of the blast zone. Bring the Justicar up. Or do I even need to bring him up? I do. Fair enough. If I put him right here, do you have the shot? You have the shot if I stand in the zone. And then you gotta make... Okay, let's just move up and make the crit. We didn't get the crit, so we're gonna have to move again to be able to get out of the zone now. Okay, let's run up. I just unlocked a plus stun Stormhammer, and it's super hilarious to constantly stun down the bigger baddies. Yeah, the bigger baddies can have serious issues with being stun locked, and it's incredibly fun to mess around with. Does Drago talk much in this? Drago gets a couple lines. He has a couple cutscenes throughout the game, and then you get the one-liners between him and Mortarion going back and forth in this battle, which is pretty good. Mike wants me to use Will so bad. No, we can't do it. Okay, so he decided to retreat. Why did he do that? What made the AI think that just running backwards was the right play?
Standing ready.
It's baffling. Oh, he had to get out of range of the Justicar. Okay, that's fair enough. He got terrified of what the Justicar is able to do to him. So all we do is step up to just barely be in range. The Justicar gets no damage penalty for long range because of his armor. His armor has the anchored status effect. We're always at max damage. One more attack here. We can +3 stun. I don't know if we're actually going to get the execution, but none of the others matter too much either. Bolter and Bolter sounds like the think tank ideas for Tin Link.
What is your will?
All right, we want to make sure that we save.
Enemy is wounded.
We have to save action points to be able to get out of the self-destruct zone. So we'll give the kill to Drago to be able to give him the willpower. That sets up the self-destruct zone. We had the action points on the interceptor to be able to run back here.
It will be done.
Excellent. Now Drago is able to make it. Oh, 2 AP. Okay, so we don't get a reload.
Yes, Commander.
Palamedes, just get up close to Mortarion. Your job this whole battle. You're doing great, my friend. Will you ever receive support? No.
Orders?
But you're doing great right now. The Apothecary needs to be in a more protected position. I'm not sure what exactly... I feel like it's over here. For when the enemies are going to spawn in. Justicar, you will not escape my wrath, heretic. Takes two Terminator armor steps forward and then blasts him.
Agreed.
Yeah. Justicar is absolutely epic. I thought we weren't using willpower. We're not. We're not using willpower. We managed to pull it out. The chaplain needs no support. The Emperor's wrath fuels him and his skeleton head.
More corpses.
Guys, it was a real battle for me not to name the chaplain Knight Rider.
Rejoice.
I was very close to doing it. Teddy, what campaign day am I on? I'm on day 680 something, Alexander. I was just checking. Did you guys see that? The Hellbrute knocked one of his friends off the edge and killed him. I saw that there is a achievement on Steam for winning within 500 days. And now I'm very tempted to go for it. Is anybody in chat close to that? Has anyone in chat won their campaign in record time? Or at least, not in record time, in achievement time? 500 days. Feels very fast. Let's go for Astral Aim here to be able to crit the Hellbrute. And then craze him. I want to craze him and then forget about him. Ghost Rider? Yes, Dale. What did I say? Did I say Knight Rider? Ghost Rider.
My blade is yours.
I thought that my brain power was wearing off last time we were playing this mission because it was at the end of a 6-hour stream. Apparently, it's just me. My mental faculties are weak. There's no honor among the Death Guard. He has this day picked off. Can't do 500 days. I play games like this for longer. But if you're like really used to it, it seems like a fun challenge. Gadwin's on day 741. Yeah, like I enjoy going around and leveling up my knights. It feels like the rush to win in 500 days would be crazy. There's some other interesting achievements out there. What's the play here?
Neoden.
I still have some shots with the Purifier. Are you guys in my AoE? No, not yet. We could also play for Cleansing Flame to be able to light all these guys on fire. That's pretty good. I think we'll do that. We got burning on 3 of the 4. That's good. We'll start wearing them down. And then we'll just take a shot onto one of the ones I got burning. Trying to hobble him and split him off. I got off to a very fast start by stacking for research. It was an accident, but ended up with multiple plus 50% research seeds in a row and ended up fighting demon princes at level 4. Oh man. Yeah, I think that the 500 day campaign would be doable. It just seems very daunting because you're going to be right on the edge of being under leveled. And if you make any missteps, it feels very punishing, right? You just have to rush the tech and make sure you get level 8 knights in that 500 days. Yeah, you need to be very focused on who levels up and make sure that nobody fully dies, right? And also, I think that you can accomplish it on any difficulty, so if you're playing on normal, it's probably more doable. My entire campaign has been on hard mode, and I don't know, doing it in 500 days on hard, if you misstep in the early game, punishes you a lot. I'm trying to figure out if this game scales by days or by the relative stage of research progress against bosses. My guess, instead of scaling on research, I think the game scales based on your knight's level. Like it looks at the average level of your group of knights, but I could be wrong. It could be on days. I wonder if you can have crown for that 500 days too. I believe you can, that any DLC items and tech is valid for the achievements. Have him carry the team till your team is ready. It's the pay to win way to be able to gain achievements. It could happen. But I'm torn now between if I play more of this, if I go for the highest level of difficulty, play on legendary difficulty, or if I try and play for the 500 day campaign win. I think that either one could be fun. Ready for achievement? You could just do it on the lowest difficulty setting. You could. I feel like, yeah, if you just wanted the achievement, I would say you go down to the lower difficulty, but I would try and play on normal. I think I could do it on normal. I would have to be very smart though. Oh, the Hellbrute has killed 2 of his friends so far. The Hellbrute has killed more of his friends than my knights. Can we knight this Hellbrute? Is that heretical? If it scales on team level, Crown is level 20. I don't know. I think it either scales on days or team level. But this Hellbrute absolutely deserves recognition. I'd advise going the 500-day challenge on Grandmaster mode. You get an achievement for battling that difficulty too, so 2 birds with 1 stone. Wait, so what is the highest level of difficulty? Is that Legendary or Grandmaster? Because I'm already playing on the step below the highest. There's like normal, hard, hardest. I don't know what they're technically calling them, but we're a step above normal.
Your command?
Let's just kill this one.
Your command.
Thankfully, this is the librarian who can teleport out of this whole
Yes,
mess.
Commander.
So that's very good for us to be able to make this attack.
His will.
Hellbrute, you're hired. Yes. Where are they aiming those overwatches? At some point, they just use the overwatches to cover each other. They're like, I got your back, bro. No, I got your back. And they just aim at each other.
You will rise again.
And it becomes some kind of standoff situation. Let's chip in a little damage over. Can I use? Nope. I keep on wanting to use the scatter shot here because we're fighting so many enemies. It feels like I should be able to hit a lot of them. But no. Isn't Grandmaster just Iron Man mode? Grandmaster is Iron Man, so no saves. Ah, no save scum. But save scumming is just reflexive for me. Chat wants to see me suffer. Playing on Grandmaster. It could be interesting though. It could be fun. Legendary, but for some reason, the achievement is tied to Grandmaster. I can understand the achievement being tied to, you know, no save scumming. Makes sense to me. Alright, we get the kill.
I defy your course.
One more gonna kill him down.
The enemy is wounded.
On second thought, I should have used something else there, because I could have crazed the enemy instead of what I did. Nobody is advancing from this portion. They're all advancing from over here
Dalma.
against my poor Purgator. So, what's good, Purgator? You can take a reload. That doesn't anger them. You could also improve your armor. That will protect you. You've seen so many Iron Man XCOM games, I completely forgot you could save scum. Yeah, well, I've remembered because we've used it a few times, if I'm being totally honest. And I don't regret it. It has saved us. Some of the times that we had to use it was because things happened that were unexpected. We learned about interactions that the game doesn't tell you. And so for that reason, at least, I felt okay about save scumming. Do I want to run back just to use one action? Or do I want to take damage just to use this action? Probably not. Is there anybody who wants heals? Also not really? Okay. Please pass. There is an achievement for Legendary and one for Grandmaster. Okay, so they both have achievements. Alright, plenty more enemies to kill. How many stages are we in? We just destroyed the fourth one, so we have one more after this, I believe. I think we're on 4. What are we on, chat? We've been live for 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I hope we're on 4. Overwatch 2, Electric Boogaloo. I heard Overwatch 2 is really disappointing. This is the last round. 1 route left? Yes. Alright, Gadwin protecting my sanity, saying that there's not much left to go. Alright, attack your friends. You know you want to. Did he do it? Yeah! The Hellbrute is relentless. So Crazed is 50-50 on who he attacks, and we're 3 for 3 on hitting the enemies only. The Iron Man fanatics sometimes outshine the Imperial Fists and Dark Soul players in their fanaticism for torture. Yeah. It's the gamer culture. It's all a competition for what game setting will torture you the most. But seriously, can we just keep this Hellbrute? Is there a precedent for Grey Knights keeping Hellbrutes as pets? What's a good name for him, chat? I feel like we should give this Hellbrute a special name. He deserves it. All these enemies grouping up.
Standing ready.
Purifier. No, you don't have Sanctified Kill Zone. You have it. My Purgatory is still just drawing all of their fire. This is wild. The Apothecary. The Apothecary needs to kill something. Get him into melee. But we also need some heals here. Heal 5. Henry or Harry? Harry the Hellbrute? I like Harry the Hellbrute. We'll call him Harry. Dark Soul players are just masochists. They enjoy the pain. They do enjoy the pain. And FromSoft is always willing to deliver. It takes 2 AP here. It also takes 2 AP here. At some point, some of these guys are just a lost cause. And you have to accept that. And press on. Press on with the life. I've been collecting seeds this entire time, so why not Hellbrutes? Yeah. We'll just add a Hellbrute into the Libris. And see what Ektar has to say about that. Ektar, you can question our methods, but you can't question our results. We can hop over here to help relieve some pressure. What? I still don't think that I can justify giving him an action to take all that damage. We can finish off some of these low health enemies, and then the Librarian's in a good spot.
Yes, sir.
Good spot for more enemies coming towards him. There's one more down. I would like to be able to get crazed. Let's try and craze this guy right before he goes through. They kept Kadex in there. Why not the Hellbrute? Just spray paint his armor gray and they'll never know. They'll never notice as long as he doesn't speak. Oh, do you see what I see, guys? The best scatter shot the game has ever seen. The best scatter shot there's ever been. I can get up to here in 1 AP.
Yes.
Oh, this is going to be so good. We can then take another action because we don't get any bonus damage based on the ammunition spent on scatter shot. Then we open up scatter shot. And oh, it's just a casual 5 enemies caught, 2 enemies killed. If I can get the pixel... Nope. It's too far to be able to get all 6. But there we go. Light them up. Yes! And we hobbled all of them? 3 of them? That's so good. We can run the Apothecary up to be able to attack yet again. But the Apothecary... Actually... We need to bring out the Hailer Skull here. This will enrage the enemies, causing them to attack the skull instead of us. This is the turn of the battle, Daka boys. The smell of the Hellbrute might be a problem. Good point. We'll have to burn the incense extra fervently to be able to get Harry back on board ship. And then this Purgator is in the same spot he was before. Very sad. Let's throw the heal across. The UI bug, where it shows double heal on the Hailer Skulls, is always annoying. Because I'm like, oh, I get so much, and then it's never as much as I thought. Is the willpower restriction still on? No, the willpower restriction is only for the Vanguard. The rear guard doesn't have it. Okay. I hate passing with 2 actions left, but if I move, I get attacked 4 times, so we say pass. Lunette will want to study the Hellbrute? Maybe. Maybe she has a secret fascination for how they twist the machine's spirit. Or maybe she knows how it could be purified.
Blade God, protect me!
Be able to make the moves. Yeah, we'll let Lunette placate Ektar on being able to keep Harry. Alright, come on, Harry. You're gonna go 4 for 4. 4 for 4, Harry. Don't attack me. Attack them. Yes! I mean, he hit us too, but did you see that? He also hit the guy who had just pinned us down with an Overwatch. Harry cannot be held responsible that we were also in the way there. Have the Mech Priest deal with the Hellbrutes. They lost their sense of anything a long time ago. You were sure that Inquisitor was going to turn to Chaos? Yes, the Inquisitor, the twist of the Inquisitor falling or not, the will she, won't she. They kept us guessing all the way till the end. Harry will be cleansed. I love this. Harry just came in to be closer to us. I'm not gonna hurt Harry if I don't have to, guys. I will ultimately have to, but we'll give him a chance. The thing is, he's gonna turn on us at some point, and then I'm gonna look stupid. Let's see. What are we able to finish off? I think the Apothecary here just goes all in. 3 attacks should be able to drop this enemy. Harry the Great Unclean One. I don't think if Harry returns to Nurgle, they're gonna kill him. You know, it's like it's the mama bird won't take the baby bird back, so we have to keep him. That's how I'm thinking right now. I really don't have any shots that are too good. We could start damaging the stun counter on Harry to be able to gain the execute. But we could also just kill this guy. Hobbled.
The enemy is
killed. Unfortunately, I really liked Vakir. I think Vakir had a good ending. I was fully satisfied with how they wrapped up Vakir's arc. I was quite happy. Papa Nurgle is gonna get the belt. Yes. You wanted Kaldor to be able to intervene and save Vakir. I was hoping that something might come in to save Vakir as well. I was as well. So we have, this is the first time this Purgator has been able to take actions, this battle. This is new territory for us. We will, hang on. I have the heal and I am plagued. So we want to get the heal and purify the plague to be able to stay as strong as possible.
Gratitude.
Then we want to guarantee the kill here. He almost made it in time.
You will rise again.
Just not quite. Now I'm really worried about Harry because it's all us around him and not a lot of enemies, so I feel like it's more likely that he does attack us. So, as much as I hate to do this to you, Harry, we're gonna say it's for your own good. That you go blind or we stun him. Let's break off. There's so many options. Melee weapon off. Alright, chat, we're just gonna have to accept the fact that Harry can't come with us. And it's better that we turn on him before he turns on us. This is their last reinforcement battle. No more stopping reinforcements after this wave. Just fix him before we bring him inside, yeah. And we're gonna make sure he's fixed before we bring him inside. That is very important. I can bring the Librarian up, or I can make 2 attacks. Let's bring him up. Look for a crit. Fantastic. Let's blind him. I don't know how we were able to blind him by hitting him in the back, but, you know, I guess we're severing bits of that spinal column. Guys, we'll collect the pieces of Harry and we'll put him back together. We'll keep the armor. he was missing his vaccination shots, it would have been a whole hassle to be able to maintain Harry. Really, it's cutting our costs now. Now he's gonna make me feel real sad if he attacks an enemy. He's loyal to the... No, okay, there it is. Harry's turned. Harry's gone bad. Harry's gone bad. Time to bring him down. And finish off his little friends. Okay, so they've only gotten 3 past us. They got 4 past us. I see 4 enemies who have gotten past us. That is not bad.
Ready.
I think I can kill in 2 shots and then run away with the last shot. And it leaves the plague drone out there.
As you command.
So we'll be able to deal with him. Harry needs cleaning. And it's a night job now. Yep. Harry is making it easier to say goodbye. That's what it is.
Standing ready.
Now, I kind of want to run in and do the melee just to disrupt the Overwatch.
Yes, sir.
Puck. Alright, that broke that Overwatch. Then,
Unleash me.
the Apothecary can close with this enemy
I'll let you.
to be able to break the other Overwatch. Cut his arm off. Hold a ceremony for Harry on the ship. That'll do. We will honor Harry's memory. Harry lives in the warp, so he'll come back at some point.
Your orders.
It's not a goodbye. He'll go off to the great Nurgle Guardian in the sky somewhere. Place where Hellbrutes live in peace and harmony. You really wish they let you melee foes off cliffs if they were close enough? I do too. I mean, we all saw it. We were testing it earlier on, and it failed us. The demon inside the machine might survive. The pilot will be fertilizer. We can use Harry to fertilize the crops in the ship.
I am the Emperor's fury.
Some weapons have knockback. Yeah, but it didn't work with the purifier melee. Maybe you have to have more knockback. If you brought in a hammer, one of the hammers with like 2 or 3 knockback, that might knock them far enough to actually get them off the edge. What do I think about plus AP as a stat on armor? Alexander, what armor are you talking about? That has to be the best armor in the game. Plus AP. Is this true, chat?
I am here
There's
to
armor
serve.
that gives you plus AP?
Weapon
I never
reload.
found any armor with plus AP, but I feel like that has to be the best armor in the game. Unless the only case where I'm not taking armor with plus AP is if it actually subtracts health from my character. Let's destroy Paralytic Reprisal. I mean, more as a context thing. If a cultist is hiding near a ledge, you could just kick him off. Yeah, I feel like that would have been fun, Killer Orca. I'm with you. Let's hit him again. You've never seen the plus AP armor? Alexander is looking at this insane armor. The one I found doesn't have extra armor. But still, plus AP.
My blade is yours.
That kind of action efficiency... Can't talk. That kind of action efficiency is a true game changer.
Yes, Commander.
Actually a true game changer. Let's go. Oh, this is the Apothecary.
What is your
I wanted the Librarian. Gate of Infinity into place. So it's just base power armor. Still, base power armor that's giving your knight 4 actions a turn sounds incredible. Are we able to finish him? Did we get the action point back? Alright, we get him. Ah, finally.
I am the Emperor's fury.
And just look at this map. The map is a desolation of corpses. This is the true 40k experience. Just glass cannon something and shred people on your turn. That's what I feel like. I mean, if you can put that power armor onto, say, an interceptor who can teleport to an advantageous position and then take so many attacks that he kills whoever he's right in front of. I think, Alexander, you found gold. I think you found gold, my friend. Ultra rare gold.
It will be done.
We got the full ammo.
Defensive.
Shield up.
Active.
Do we have any other things? Nope. We've got everything resolved. Back to the main fight. This is the final stage. Whew. 2.5 hours in, this is the final stage. I am a little bit worried because there is still one Great Unclean One boss, one Reaper boss that I have not fought. And if Mortarion can summon him here and now in his time of greatest need, I'll be very scared. So what is he connected to? He's connected to this one. Should be able to deal with that. All right, where is the Justicar?
What is your will?
Justicar, I want you just running up to here, I suppose. Palamedes is standing there realizing. Yeah, Palamedes is just there meditating, living his best life inside his passive 8 armor. I wouldn't have expected a fight against a Demon Primarch to be easy. Trying to get a high level flamer build is a real chore. Honestly, it might be easier to level him if you use any of the other rifles, and then you can still put points into the flamethrower and then only pull it out once it's leveled. Alright, we'll make these attacks. This is where my game bugged out after you finish this turn. Oh no! I would be so mad, Gadwin. I hope you at least had an autosave that wasn't too punishing.
Understood.
Okay, we should also figure out what he is hitting us with. Did he have any particular bonus from this route that I need to know about? It doesn't... He might have a unique attack based on it? What do you have? Mortarion, what tricks are you hiding from me? Mortal Enmity... Silence, Lantern, Power of the Bloom. I don't know what his new Bloom ability is for this route, but it's no longer hurting us to use willpower, so I don't mind if I do. Let's throw Drago up right at the enemy. You loaded the auto and then saved in hopes they fix it. Oh, so yours permanently bugged out. What? You mean your game is just toast? Fury of the Ancients right here? It's not bad. I don't have too many more actions.
I am here to serve.
The Apothecary needs a reload.
Reloaded.
Oh, the Apothecary could actually use the Haler Skull here. Is this the perfect time for the Haler Skull to prove its worth? Look at this. The line is here, but then I can just cast it out here. It's bugged, but I'm going to do it. The game let me do it. It's fine, chat. I only got one of them anyway. Alright, there is balance. And I can't attack anyone. So we will armor up. I don't trust autosaves in this game. I don't either. They have screwed me over a couple times. Because they always autosave right after an important decision. And you're like, no, I want to save before the decision so that I can take back my stupid misclick. Or, you know, whatever mistake you had made.
In the Emperor's name.
Full armor up for Drago here. And the Apothecary is the last one to be able to act. Maybe you just skirt around the side, my friend. Ah, the Interceptor. The Interceptor is still to play. Let's teleport down to support Drago. Right behind this pillar. Feels like a good spot. That Apothecary is going to need some time on his own meds after this. Yeah, he's going to get addicted to his own supply. Let's stack the stun. Because they patched the stun grenade back to being 3 stun. We're going to use it right here. Psychic Blast. Hope to be able to get an execution on one of these guys. We're very close. I like this. We'll reload here. And then we'll stack the stun on the armored one. Yes. Oh, this is great. Because Drago gets plus stun on his range attack. So next round we can get a couple executions all together, I think. Alright, here we go. No, I just don't feel like taking 2 hours to do it all again. Wait. I missed a step in Gadwin's story here. Hopefully it isn't as resilient as he is on the tabletop. I always have a rough time against him. Well, Mortarion has been incredibly resilient given that it's taken... Well, I guess this is about like a tabletop game, right? We've been fighting him for 3 hours now. That feels like about on pace for facing him in tabletop. Though actually, didn't the new Warhammer edition make matches happen much faster? I know the new edition shrunk the battle map, and thus games take less time. Let's use the Apothecary first here, because he's able to poke in a little bit of damage. Get the supporting fire out of the Interceptor. Just able to support however we can with the Apothecary here. And then we could still send out the Hailer Skull. I don't see any other use, like any other time where the Hailer Skull is really going to come in, but we can hit these enemies. It did. They're down to 5 rounds only. Whoever has the most points at the end win. 5 rounds. Saying that feels fast, but I mean then the game is still going to take a couple hours, right?
Standing ready.
I can understand where they wanted to lower how much time it was taking. Let's hit this guy with the crit, and then... We should have crit early to go under the armor. That's alright. My Interceptor now can step up and get the kill. Fantastic.
Mercy in death.
Now I would like to be able to disrupt this specific enemy. Okay, here come the executions. Unless it's a smaller game, but based on points it's 2,000, so running 2,000 points of, say, guard is something like 500 models. 500 models? What? Okay, so that got stunned. Now we turn to the Justicar. Honor the chapter. We saved it for just such a time as this. We get the 2 action points on the Interceptor. The Interceptor gets the execution. Gives everybody on the team ability points.
It is finished.
Now...
Yes.
We take the reload on Drago. And then he's able to use his plus stun on the Stormbolter to knock this guy out. Excellent work. The Interceptor now can bounce over and gain another execution.
Yes, Commander.
You come up.
As you
Execute. We will hold the War Brothers.
enemy down.
Prevent them from reaching the Grand Master while he severs the roots. You are the sword and the shield of the chapter. Now to be able to bring the pain up against Mortarion. Palamedes has just been waiting for this. He's got 5 actions. Come on, give me vulnerability. Stack the damage. There it is. Ah, Palamedes is the hero. Hit vulnerable again. Justicar, are you able to hit? Oh, no. Okay, Justicar has to come up a little closer. Just run. Wait. I want to run this way. Because he's going to summon some kind of monster out of that root. Is he going to summon? Is he going to summon the Great Unclean One out of this root? Stack the stun. I can feel it. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to summon the boss right out of the root.
empty. Drago! You cannot win! Cadex, you treacherous worm! What have you wrought? I did only as requested, Master! Plague comes for the Imperium. I have eternity to ensure it festers.
The perpetual coward. I expect nothing less from those who betrayed humanity. Some, however, take courage to the limits of folly.
You will forgive the commander. He simply obliged an old man's wish to see duty's end.
I would not begrudge a knight his sense of duty, but you must leave if you can, now. Mortarion's failure here has sparked the fury of the Plague God. We will draw their attention if we may. Inform the Grand Masters of what happened here.
Commander, sensors detect conspicuous forms converging on our position.
We must depart. I envy you, my brothers.
Know that they fight on with courage and honor. Even as the bloom decays beyond, we will infect the realms of chaos with our purity.
We return to Titan. Brothers, you will be welcomed into the Hall of Champions.
Yes! Oh, we have defeated Mortarion. He gets away. He gets away in the end. And we lose our brothers. Our 8 brothers now are the honor guard of the Supreme Grand Master.
And she lost her soul to chaos. We had feared her fallen, but in truth, I misjudged her strength of will. In the end, she fulfilled an inhuman duty. Cartha Vakir sacrificed herself to preserve life and carve a path for hope in the future. She did so, realizing that the price would be an eternity of torment. She is a credit to the Inquisition and has truly humbled this Grey Knight. Go, relay this to your masters.
The bloom fades.
Another triumph, purchased at a bitter price.
We have delayed our return to Titan for too long, Ektar. The edict yearns for respite. Our duty forward is clear.
Yes, duty. What say you, Commander? Are we finished here?
No, I want to keep playing.
Submissive as ever. Dominus, set course for Titan.
Ah, credits. Props to the dev team on this one. They put together an incredible experience. Mortarion is going to have to wait until Palamedes dies from old age. Yes, now that Palamedes is working with the Supreme Grand Master, there's no hope for chaos. There is no hope for chaos. Oh, man. What a game, guys. What a journey. We did it. We beat it. We defeated Mortarion. We bested the gloom, the bloom. Best 40 hammer. Best 40k game I've seen in ages. I agree, Killer Orca. If you are a 40k fan, you've been getting treated this year, these last 12 months. Crazy good stuff. And on the horizon, we have Blood Bowl 3, and we have what's the title of the Vermintide adaptation to 40k? That is still to come as well. Darktide. Darktide is on the horizon as well, so hype stuff is in the works. All right. So we have to remember Palamedes. Props to... I should try Mechanicus. Mechanicus is this, but with Tech Priests, right? We have to remember Palamedes, who is able to 1v1 Mortarion. We have to remember Harry. Harry, who actually was a credit to the rear guard. Truly putting in the work. Oh, man. Voice Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis, guys. Now speedrun Demon Hunter. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Let's see. Can I do... Where do I do the poll in chat? I should be able to start a poll, right? Let's see. Create poll. Ask question. What to play next? And then rather than yes or no, do 500 day achievement, hardest difficulty. No promise that it's going to come out immediately, but I'm curious what chat thinks. Poll in the should be in chat now for what you guys would enjoy more if we continue with this game. Thanks for the playthrough. It's been a blast watching. Well, thank you for enjoying it, Elusive Nature. You guys supporting the streams and coming out for these has made it so much more fun to play through. In some sense, Harry was the dreadnought you were looking for in the rearguard. Harry was the dreadnought we wanted all along. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. It's split exactly 50-50 on the poll. Incredible. I'm not sure how to be able to use this information. Let's see, can I move this? No, that'll close the poll. Yeah, this final victory was fantastic. The final 8 are legends. They have now been committed to lore. Go after the 5th seed bearer? Yes. I need to hunt down the last Reaper, right, Dale? Or is that their way into the DLC? They're going to say that the last Reaper is still out there, and he like spawns his own miniature faction. I wonder if that's what it's going to be. Let's do both at the same time. Fire Kid, you want me to have to kill myself trying to manage that? Oh, what is this? Is this just the very beginning of the game, or is this actually bonus? There's a post-credit scene, guys?
This maggot remains, Lord Draco. Run for the Nurgle! Protect your son!
A pitiful end awaits those who serve Chaos. Warden of the Bloom indeed.
You may have cost me my stanters, but patience is the grandfather's greatest virtue. There's always another plague waiting just around the corner.
For once you speak the truth. Perhaps it is time to deploy more proactive tactics.
That's Fakir.
Let them go, let them go. We must be patient. I have a great many plans for you.
Well, there we go with all of our predictions on DLC. We have Cadex paired up with Vakir. Could there be a redemption line for Vakir where we're able to save her? All right, the poll setting with 33 votes is still split like exactly 50-50. Incredible. Incredible. They still live. Not sacrifice, Tato. Oh, man. Incredible. Vakir is the 5th or even 6th Reaper. She could be. Indeed, she could be. Click continue. What happens? Let's see what happens if we continue. I think it'll just take me to my last autosave, which will be in the middle of battle. I don't think that there is bonus play in the campaign now that we have completed. Let's see. You kind of want this game, but with the dice roll mechanics of Blood Bowl and with the hit dice versus armor and abilities. Well, here's the thing. So JC, you just want to play Kill Team, is what it sounds like to me. JC just wants to play Digital Kill Team. I believe that just pressing continue is going to take us back to battle on our last autosave, or it will crash the game. You know, one or the other. Here, come on. It's chugging. Yes. So, if you did not put down a scum save outside of the end game, you will not be able to return to that point of the campaign at all. So, for anybody watching who is still prior to this point, before you enter the warp, and if you ever want to play with your high-level knights longer, you're going to want to put down a scum save before entering the warp entirely. IGN says that you can still hunt the 5th seed. If they found a way, I don't understand what it is. I mean, I could start a new game to be able to do it, but it seems like that's what you're going to have to do. All right. I think this is where we're going to call the stream. Let's see. I will end. 42 votes. Close poll. I don't know what Kill Team is, but maybe. I still want the mechs to have built for Overwatch and all the other game goodies. I just missed the dice roll and feel light. So JC, Kill Team is the tabletop Warhammer, but with only a small set of heroes. Hero units with like special abilities. They really dive deep into kitting out your champion units, and then you fight on the tabletop. Mike says you can hunt down the 5th Reaper. All right, guys, does anybody in chat know if you're able to fight the 5th Reaper on the same save? I'll see you, Gadwin. Glad you were able to make it for our glorious victory. Thank you, everybody who tuned in live, and if you're watching this afterwards, you can like the video if you enjoyed it to show support to the channel. Subscribe if you want to be able to see when our future content comes out. It looks like it was very closely split between playing the hardest difficulty and going for the 500-day campaign achievement. It probably will not be exhaustive campaigns, but I think it would definitely be fun to be able to return and see what future challenges this game can have for us. And we can take everything that we learned here and be able to do even better on the next time. It's research based, so pick the bosses you want to fight first. I gotcha. You can pick it up after Morty. It feels like to be able to fight all of the bosses, we're going to have to start a new game of some kind. And I do want to be able to see what that 5th Reaper is like, because all of those encounters were very fun. After you kill 3 Reapers, the tech locks. And then, yeah, you dominate the one guy. You dominate Cadex to be able to fight one more as you enter the warp. And then the 5th one just seems to vanish into the ether. I was kind of expecting him to show up here at the very, very end, but we did not. So the devs kept back one final fight to make you start a new game, which I respect. Gotta give respect to the devs who are willing to create game content that not everybody is going to see, just to be able to reward those who really want to dive deep. One of them is supposed to be a demon engine. Ah, that sounds fun. All right, Dale is whetting my appetite for this next fight. So subscribe to the channel if you want to make sure that you get to see when we get to play through that battle, and if we are going to be fighting in the legendary difficulty or if we are going to be trying to speedrun the entire campaign. Until next time, thank you guys for watching and have a good one.